Yo. Hello. 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 Hold up. What I do? What I do? Hello, everybody. It's Friday. It's so cool. Poop key. What the hell? Now I don't want to. Now I don't want to come up. Yeah, whatever. British, British girl. That's what she said right now. How is everybody on this lovely Friday afternoon? Oh my gosh! Speaking of a Nier Automata. This is not from on this is a Replicant song, but you know what I mean. What the hell? Oh. I finished the video! I finished the video! I finished it. Very good, very good, very informative. I enjoyed it. It was a very good 6-hour video. Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it so much. So good. So good. Pretty much everything. Okay. Okay, what should I say? Okay, let me read this. Pretty much everything that I thought was like, you know, gonna happen happened. So I was right. Aliens are real. Or fuck, they are real. Fuck, I was gonna say they're fake, but they are real. They are real. Aliens are real. What can you say? Video game would never lie to me. But yeah, I finished that literally this morning. Um and now I'm gonna go watch a bunch of other little baby videos. So sheesh. I haven't had time to really play Automata. I'm still gonna work on 100%ing it. I just need ending Y and then a bunch of other little baby things. But I haven't been able to play it this week because I've been so busy. Every part was in the game. Oh yeah, yeah. All of the funny enough, I was like in the beginning when I first started it, right? Because it goes in chronological order. When they were talking about Drakengard, I'm like, man, I don't care about this. And then like halfway through the lore for it, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is actually kind of cool. And I don't think I'll ever really play those games, to be honest. I don't even know if you can play them on PC. But hearing about them and like hearing about the lore was interesting, and some parts was very interesting. There was a lot of very interesting things. That's where it all started. Yeah. And then there was I even think because technically, right, the oh my god, what is it called? I literally just watched a video. It's like the I forgot like the exact name. The Kingdom of Night, right? Sus, yeah, there's a lot of sus. There's a lot. I didn't realize how much like suspicious stuff happens in Drakengard. But hold up, I got a message. What the hell? Oh, I gotta respond to this. Okay. Um, the midnight. This is the city. The city of midnight. Oh, I forgot what it's called exactly. But the oh my goodness, that's so cool. I hope they make a game about that because I feel like there's some stuff to explore there. But anyway, it was a good video. It was a very. I really enjoyed the Drakengard part. Of course, I love Nier Replicant a lot because it was like my first one, right? And I have it. It's a very special place in my heart. It was technically like my first single player story game, like big story game on stream, and kind of in general. I didn't really play a lot of like single player games prior to this, right? So it has a very special place in my heart. But I also love the cast a lot. I love all of the cast, and just revisiting the story was really nice. And of course, Automata was great, amazing. I also love the cast in that one. And it was also good. It was a really good video. It was super fucking long. So long. But it lasted me pretty much like the whole week. So it was good. It was good. It was good. It was very good. It was very good. I enjoyed it. So I'm excited to go watch more little videos um about what everyone else has to say and stuff. So yeah. And then yeah, so I finished it this morning and I finished it okay, so pretty much all day. Pretty much all day. Dude, why is chat huge? Why are you guys what the hell? This is not lore accurate. What the hell? That's yeah. That's good. That's good right there. What was I saying? Oh yeah, pretty much all day. I've been working on okay, I got a little late on started on this week's like main YouTube channel video. Because I didn't really know like I had a couple of different ideas and I couldn't really decide and I was like, oh god, do I want to do this or do I want to do that? And I was like, well, if I do this, I'm gonna have to do that, right? And ultimately, I came to the conclusion that I am gonna make a video that I've been talking about forever. Um, I'm gonna do my little art video. I've really always really wanted to do like. This is more for me, to be honest. This is kind of a little bit more for me. It's a little bit of a selfish video. I won't even lie. Um, art up. I want to do like art showcase. I have a lot of sketchbooks. I have a lot of stuff. I have like 10 completed sketchbooks, I think. I think pretty close to 10. Um and I'm not even going to do like my big stuff because I have like a really big sketchbook that I had for when I was taking classes and stuff, but I want to do like art because I can't show you anything I'm working on right now. So I'll show you all my old stuff. And I look personally, me myself, I always really like to see like people's progress. It's always so interesting to see like where they started and like the different phases they went through and stuff like that. So that's gonna be this week's YouTube video. It is probably gonna take me a little bit longer because I started it a little bit later. Um, but it's gonna get done. It's gonna get done. I'm shooting for Sunday, but probably Monday. But I would love to get it on Sunday. But yeah, it's just taking me a while because I have to photograph them because I don't have a scanner. Oh, the way. I guess it would have been no. I don't have a scanner, so I'm just taking pictures, and then I gotta go in, and some of them have like my name or like other personal information, right? Because I was very young when some of these sketchbooks were made, but so I'll have to go through and analyze each of them, and it's just gonna take a lot. Hey, what the hell? What the hell? Yeah, why are you doxing people in my chat? No, but yeah, I'm very excited though. It's actually so funny because I know a lot of like my old stuff, like I kind of threw out because I was like, this sucks, I hate it, and I would throw it away. But it is very interesting to see, look back after all these years. I'm not gonna say how long I've been drawing because then everyone's gonna call me Unk, and I don't want to be called Unk. So, but it's been a very long time. But it's very cool to kind of like go back and just see and stuff. So I'm very excited to do that. And 50 plus. What the hell? Okay, I haven't even been alive for 50 years. What the hell? What the fuck? um no, but I'm very excited. I'm very excited. Graham. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But I am excited. I think I didn't realize, first of all, I didn't realize how much stuff I've drawn. Like, there's a period of time where I kind of like stopped drawing because I went into that phase where I was like, oh my god, nothing matters. Nothing matters. But there was a period of time where like I kind of stopped drawing and then I got back into it, so I would have more, but I had to go through my mysterious edgy phase, and but there's still a lot of shit. And like I said, I'm only going through the sketchbooks right now, which honestly for me personally sometimes is a little bit more interesting, because the way that I would use sketchbooks a lot towards the end was kind of just like conceptualizing stuff, right? So like you get to see like all the ideas and all like random shit, which personally for me sometimes is a little bit more interesting than like the final product, just because I like to see people's progress and stuff. But so it's a lot of that stuff, and it's so fun. It's so fun going back and be like, oh my god, I remember drawing this. I remember how much I hated it, and now I'm like, oh, it's cute, it's cute. It's like kind of bad, but it's cute. And get better. Yeah, I think everybody should have at least one creative hobby. So like drawing or music or singing or woodworking or knitting. Maybe knitting is your thing. But I think everyone should have at least one. At least one. Maybe not too many, because then you have like a bunch of art supplies that you never use. But, but you know, don't be like me. I got like all this shit on my wall that I don't use anymore. But you gotta be OP with those. Yeah, yeah, you could do it. You could do it. Just a little bit of practice. A little bit of practice. Mhm. Is you can do it. You can do it. What is this? Oh, I see. I see. But yeah, so that'll be the next boob video. I'm very excited though, because I've been talking about making this one for a very long time. It is very embarrassing though, I will say, looking back and seeing some of the drawings. There were some that I was like, you know what, I absolutely cannot show this. I can't show this because it's a little too much. It's a little bit too much. So some of it is being redacted, but a lot of it is gonna be in there, and I'm trying to include some bad ones too, right? I am not just gonna put all my this is my best, right? Because this, you know, is part of the journey, right? All the bad stuff. So that'll be cool. That'll be cool. It's gonna be an editing nightmare. I'm gonna hate it. I'm literally gonna want to rip my hair out, but I think the final product will be hopefully good. YouTube video, yeah, YouTube video. Yeah, I'll put this over here. Here you go, little keyboard. Go into your designated spot, please. Oh my goodness. Alright, that's not. You know what? You could sit here. It's you don't gotta go there. But yeah, I pretty much just spent the day like going through them, and thank goodness little me was so organized, because they all have numbers, and some of them have dates to when I started them and when I finished it. Thank shout out past me, but yeah, I just went through them and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna photograph whatever I kind of want to use. And
Boo.
what is this song? I'm scared. What's happening? Hello. Oh, oh, it's a. What was that intro? What the hell? Um, yeah, a lot of pictures. So many pictures. At one point, my phone was like, "Hey, we have no more space," so I had to delete a bunch of shit, and then uploading it took even longer. So yeah, but they're just have to edit it now, so it'll be good. Hopefully, it's out soon though. But um, yeah, a lot of yapping about the. I'm just excited. I'm just excited. I'm very excited. But speaking of YouTube videos, today I have some YouTube videos to watch. We're gonna watch some scary ones. Um, there's a lot of I really enjoy those videos where it's like analog horror explained in 10 minutes, and it's like It's this guy called. Wait, what is wrong with my mouse? Why is it going so fast? Logitech? Hello? Logitech, are you awake? Logitech? I think Logitech is dead. Oh yeah, we got some YouTube videos we're gonna watch, some scary ones. Let me see. I grabbed a bunch, so let me look through the playlist. 200 and no, that's not it. Where is it? It's literally the first one. Am I blind? We could watch the insane evolution of spider. No, I'm just kidding. Of spiders. Let's see. I wanted to watch like specifically scary ones. So let me see what I got here. Let me see what I got here. I could watch the spider ones. Ooh. The darkest universe is explained in 35 minutes. Ooh. The freakiest Japanese cryptids explained in 11 minutes. That's another one. That's another one. I feel like I might have a little bit too many of like the explained in like 10 minutes, but those are really good. And the ones that we watched from Nonagon, that's his name, Nonagon. That's the one we watched for the SCP videos. They were pretty funny because they're like edited and they had like, oh, my Logitech needs driver updates. Sick. No devices. Okay, and then it flashed me. Sick. Yeah, so that one was really good. I really enjoyed those videos. Let's see what else. The bizarre lore of Plants vs. Zombies. I love Plants vs. Zombies. No, do not share my data. Gosh. A white orb can be seen across. Oh my god, those videos too. I want to watch like this scary. I didn't find any, but like this scary like, what is it called? Like the baby cam videos where they're like, look at the white orb. Ooh, and then the blanket fell. Ah! Chill. Oh, it's a YouTube channel. Okay, let me look it up. No. But yeah. Oh, I see it. Okay, I'm gonna have it open up right here. No. Okay. Power Wash Simulator has lore, apparently. I have one, but it's an hour long. The entire backrooms ice the entire backrooms iceberg explained. Bizarre world of liminal space entities. Terrifying cosmic horrors explained in 14 minutes. And there's like some other ones like the rise of friend slop and its effect on the gaming industry. No devices detected. What do you mean? I have my mouse. Okay, well, good thing I didn't plan on playing any video games today because holy crap. Wait, speaking of peak and friend swap in games and mouse and peak, I never found the hole. Pause. I never found the hole. I never found it. I just wasn't there. It wasn't there. I couldn't find it. So I didn't get the 24 karat La Bing Bong 24 karat La Bing Bong achievement. But I did get the astronaut one. I managed to get enough balloons. And I actually got out. I peaked. I peaked. So I guess that's cool, right? Add or remove unifying or bolt device. What is this? What happened to Logitech? Why is it asking me to do all this shit? I just want my mouse to be okay. It's like, it has like the... No, don't favorite that. It doesn't have like the sensitivity because it's like default settings. Because it won't load Logitech. Oh my gosh, I feel like my brain is all over the place. Peak, yeah, so I didn't get the achievement, but I did get the astronaut suit. So next time we play, at least I will be dripped out. What are some of the videos I have? Oh, why FNAF 1 still holds up 10 years later? Ooh, FNAF. Obscure internet rumors, iceberg. Ooh, rumors. Finding the origins of disturbing internet images. Oh, that's number 3. And then the unsettling lore of Lethal Company. I actually do not know the lore of Lethal Company, so that would be new as well. But I got a lot of videos this time, actually, now that I think about it. Let me restart Logitech. This shit is annoying. Logitech. I literally before, and that's why I kind of started late because like I kind of distracted. But I just opened YouTube and I was like, all right, let me see what's on my For You page. And now that we've been using it more often, the YouTube, the YouTube home page looks way better. It's not as brain rotty as it used to look. The game that uses sympathy to terrify you, and it's a Nier Replicant video. Oh my god, I'm adding this one to the playlist. Top 5 fish. Yeah, good times, good times. When all they would put is like top 5 fish. The slime videos. Okay, to be honest, the slime videos were kind of my fault because sometimes when we would do art streams, I would have like the slime or the Minecraft right in the top right. So I'll take up accountability for those. But like everything else was just kind of like default, like I don't know, default YouTube. Top 5 chicken. Chicken. Oh, and just because I'm seeing it right here, um, apparently the Roblox thing is getting really bad. Like apparently Roblox doubled down and they're like, fuck you. They like doubled down on like the whole like schlep thing. And apparently they're like in really big legal trouble because like a whole state is fucking about to sue them, I think. I don't know. We should probably watch a video on it before I start talking about it. But yeah, apparently it's getting like really bad and like Roblox is like, fuck you guys. Roblox, no! Don't do this. Where else am I gonna play? Steal a brain rot. Where else am I gonna play steal a brain rot? Roblox. No, don't do it. Oh, hello, cream cheese. Welcome. Welcome. Warp a spin. Warp a spin. So yeah, let me look through that other YouTube. My money, my Chiikawa on my head, all my cool clothes, my Robux. Let me look at the chills YouTube channel really fast. See what they got in there. Ew, 30 night or 30 creature sight. I can't read. 30 creature sightings that keep viewers. Oh, I can't read. 30 creature sightings that keep viewers on edge night after night. Edging. 15 scary videos so creepy you'll feel it in broad daylight. 15 scary sightings that have the internet losing it. And some of these are probably fake, right? Surely. He's gambling? I want to gamble. Yeah, gamble. Gamble. Yes, I won. 15 scary ghost videos so real you'll question everything. Ew, some of these thumbnails are crazy. Can Logitech hurry up? What is wrong with Logitech? It just doesn't work. Again, it's good I wasn't really planning on playing a game today because holy shit. End the task. I have to kill Logitech. I have to kill it. I have to kill it, I'm sorry. Give me end task. Okay, I think it's gone. No, it's still there. Oh, there, okay. I'm about to be like, what the hell? Okay. Please, please, I'm suffering. I'm suffering. My sensitivity is so high. Okay, it's just infinitely loading. I don't even need my mouse anyway. Whatever. 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 Okay. Do I want to watch? You know what? Let's watch let's watch the scary videos first. So then later we can watch like another scary video that isn't as scary because someone will be explaining it to us and it won't just be us and the video. It'll be us, the video, and someone else. What are the most popular ones? This one has 77 million views. But it's from 7 years ago. 11 scariest things caught by drones. Okay, it's 12 minutes. We'll go really fast. We'll go in and out and it'll be really fast. Come on, guys. Oh wait, what was that video? I closed it. Okay. Never mind. I shouldn't have opened again. It's just a stupid video. Okay. No. Is it gonna be really bad? I'm gonna miss all my clicks. Okay, chat. You're gonna sit this side so you're in between me and the monsters, you know? You guys can sit closer to the monsters. I am okay over here. Thank you very much. Okay, what else?
Wee woo wee woo.
Wee woo wee woo. Wee woo wee woo. He's just standing there. Menacingly. Watching scary. We're watching scary videos. Get your popcorn and your blankets and your diapers. The diapers are for just in case you shit yourself, to clarify. Just in case you go dookies. Or whatever. Just in case you go dookies or whatever. Okay. Here we go. Wait 1 second. Gotta make sure this is all good. Okay. Okay, this first one that we're watching. It's the most famous chills video, and it's called 11 Scariest Things Caught by Drones. It has 77 million views, so surely it has to have something really crazy, right? Surely? Okay, here we go. Oh, I'm scared.
Drones allow us to explore areas that we would otherwise never dare step foot in, and as they fly through the sky high above,
I'm gonna say anything.
they sometimes catch things that were never meant to be witnessed by the human eye.
Burger King foot lettuce. Okay, I'm sorry. That's all I wanted to say.
This drone footage was taken somewhere deep in the Salt Fork Park in Ohio. The video starts out ordinarily enough, but then sometime around the 5-minute mark, you might be able to see something hiding in the thickets. Watch the left side of your screen closely as the drone starts to land.
That's a tree.
Pay close attention because it happens pretty fast.
Oh my gosh, it's Bigfoot. That's literally Bigfoot. Or just a guy.
Many people claim they can see a large creature stop and look up as the drone passes by. Some even claim that this is a Bigfoot sighting in broad daylight.
How did I know?
I do see what they are talking about, but I personally don't see any movement, and I think it could possibly be a tree.
No, I think it's just a guy. I think it's just a guy. I think it is a person, but I think it's just a guy.
So if you see it, and if you agree. Number 10, when a freak thunderstorm sets this large hayfield on fire in Weld County, Colorado, a brave farmer named Eric Howard hops into his tractor and heads straight for the action. He has a wild plan that's about to greatly help firefighters contain the 30-acre blaze if it all goes well.
No. Is he gonna die?
Thinking fast, Eric quickly carves a long path across the field to keep the fire from spreading. It's a firefighting strategy called a fire line, which is where you remove the topsoil so that there is less material to burn. He barely manages to stay ahead of the inferno, and the dancing flames grow tall enough to melt the paint off his trusty tractor the whole time.
No, the
Eventually,
tractor.
the wildfire is contained, and Eric is credited by the firefighters for his gutsy plan, which
That's
probably
not
saved
scary.
additional acres from going up in flames. Let me know what you would do in this situation, and if you think Eric should have left it to the professionals. Number 9.
Nah.
A Predator combat drone is conducting a routine patrol when suddenly something huge and fast enters its airspace. What appears to be some kind of unidentified flying object streaks by the drone. In a gigantic burst of white light, the drone turns around to scan the area, but whatever zoomed past is now long gone. Unfortunately, no further footage was recovered. I don't know if the lack of information surrounding this video is a sign that it's fake, or it means the military simply isn't saying anything. The unidentified flying object could be CGI, but outside of that possibility,
it's a bird.
What you are watching could very well be our first contact with very technologically advanced extraterrestrials. Number 8. A YouTuber named Run Gun Griff is a drone enthusiast who explores a lot of exotic locations on his channel. Most of his videos are taken on tropical islands, but this one was shot at a hard-to-find rural spot that he simply describes as being in the middle of nowhere. As this drone flies high, you can see that Run Gun Griff and his friend are standing in the middle of a huge field of crops that's covered in a series of strange markings. The symbols themselves are perfectly symmetrical and extremely precise in their geometry. Their designs look strikingly identical and appear to have no noticeable differences, a sign that it was not made by humans. I suppose that it would be possible to do this with farm equipment, but farmers have little reason to vandalize their own field, and since there's absolutely no flaws in the design, I think that there's a strong possibility that this was made by something extraterrestrial. Let me know if you think that
he probably did it for the YouTube. He probably did that for the YouTube. Do it for the gram. He probably did it for.
Crop circles are man-made or extraterrestrial in nature, and if you recognize any of these symbols from any literature, movie, or video games, then I'd definitely like to know where they are from. Number 7. A YouTuber named Furious Otter is piloting his nosy drone across a long stretch of woods when he comes across a mysterious all-white object that doesn't match the native scenery. He grows curious and decides to take the drone closer to the ground to get a better look. It's a decision that he probably now regrets.
What is that?
It doesn't look like much at first, but the situation becomes much more clear after he zooms in.
That's a guy pissing. That is a person!
A witch-like figure appears to crouch low while watching the drone from the tree line. I can't tell if they are waving at them or brushing something out of their hair, but either way, this strange hermit just shouldn't be out here this deep in the woods. This video is terrifying if it's real, but a couple of things make me question its authenticity. I know drones can get a lot closer than that, so why didn't he try to get closer to see if they needed help instead of immediately flying away? I guess he could have been worried about losing his drone, or possibly even getting cursed, so he just got out of there fast instead. If that's the case, then I can't say I blame him. Let me know what you think you would have done if you were there.
I would have smacked right into him. I would have taken the drone, put it, I don't know how the speed on drones work, but I would have put it at 1,000,000 miles per hour, and I would have hit that guy right on the head. Just to see, he's suspicious. I gotta take a citizen's arrest. You know what I'm saying?
Aftermath of a giant blast that rocked a residential.
What if he was gonna like take a tree or something? I don't know.
District in Westminster, Colorado. The giant smoldering crater you are looking at was once a home, and even worse, the blast was done on purpose. The owner of the home, 59-year-old Gary Pine, was living all by himself when he decided to take his life in a very vengeful way. He disconnected his natural gas line and let his house fill up with gas until it blew, blowing off the side of his neighbor's house and sending debris flying across 2 whole blocks. No one knows exactly why he did it, nor will they ever feel completely safe in their home again. Number 5.
Oh my
These
goodness.
National Geographic explorers are
Among
using
Us?
high-tech drones to map out the inside of a churning volcano for the very first time. Their drones are able to get close enough to the lava to capture shots that would boil a human alive. The 1,000-degree temperatures claim more than a few drones during the study,
to know what's
and
in
each
a
one is an
volcano?
expensive loss. These drones use sophisticated 3D technology to map out the bottom of a lava pit, something that has never been done before. You can even see an evil-looking entrance where the high-pressure magma shoots out of the volcano. The drones also have another purpose too. They let researchers measure exactly how close to the edge they can get before the incredible heat becomes too much to stand. Let me know if you think you'd be brave enough to do this kind of research, or if you'd rather have a safer occupation. Number 4. An Australian YouTuber named Simon Lawrence is flying his drone high above his boat in Port Lincoln. He and his friends are looking to catch crabs, but soon they find something else entirely lurking in the deep ocean waters.
It's just a shark.
The great white shark seems to silently study them for a bit before coming in for a closer look.
He's not gonna do anything, he just wants to be friends. Look, he's just trying to maul
when the
your
shark shows
motor.
interest in their crab pot, they wisely cut it loose and watch the shark swim away. Simon and his friends are very lucky because great white sharks have been known to try and overturn boats by swimming straight into them at full speed.
Okay, that's
Number
kind of
3.
scary.
This drone video was taken in late 2016. Golden Hour is a YouTuber who is apparently just trying to get some aerial shots of his small town when he stumbles upon something that definitely doesn't belong in a cornfield. It kind of looks like an ordinary scarecrow at first, but then you can see it's a clown in a bright orange outfit with equally colorful hair.
Okay, this is
strange
fake.
and unfriendly clown glares at the drone before sprinting away at full speed. It makes its way into the mouth of the forest shortly, and the drone takes off back to safety.
This is
I have
fake.
questions about this.
What would he be doing? He's just like digging around in a cornfield? Like, what is he just gonna be doing? This is clearly fake. Would you, given my expert calculations, this is
video
fake.
that are similar to number 7. If this video is real,
Look at him
then
run.
once again I don't understand why the drone operator didn't pursue the clown further to figure out where it came from. I guess the clown could have just been a friend in a costume, but then again, maybe this was one of the many real clowns caught trespassing on properties in 2016.
Ooh.
It's hard to say for sure, so I'd definitely like to get your opinion. Number 2. A YouTuber named Justin Brown has been seeing odd-looking people living in tents near his hometown in Lompoc, California. He is too nervous to investigate the situation in person, so he sends his drone over for a closer look. Imagine Justin's surprise when he discovers an entire colony of strangers living on a riverbed less than a mile from his home. He has no idea who they are, what they want, or why they are so close to a suburban neighborhood, which doesn't seem particularly special in any way. Also, no one can seem to figure out what this mysterious blinking blue light is. Take a look at the way it keeps flashing persistently and tell me what kind of technology you think it could be.
That's
Maybe
my TV. I'm playing Marvel Rivals.
Who lives here and their purpose.
I'm Luna
Before we
ulting.
get to number 1, my name is Chills, and I hope you're enjoying my narration. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT.
Is this why this video has 77 million views? Because he promoted his Instagram and everyone's like, oh my god, I gotta go see what he looks like.
Tap that follow button to find out. I'm currently doing a super poll on my Instagram. If you believe ghosts are real, then go to my most recent photo and tap the like button. If you don't, DM me saying why. When you're done, come right back to this video to find out the number 1 entry. Also, follow me on Twitter at YTChills because that's where I post video updates. It's a proven fact that generosity makes you a happier person. So if you're generous enough to hit that subscribe button and the bell beside it, then thank you.
I'm gonna do this in all my YouTube videos. No, it's a proven fact that generosity makes you a happier person, guys. Come on.
So if you're generous enough to hit that subscribe button and the bell beside it, then thank you. This way you'll be notified of the new videos I upload every Thursday and Sunday. Number 1. A YouTuber named Chris Lamb says that he was all alone when he shot this drone footage at Fort McClellan, Alabama, but the video says otherwise. You can clearly see that nobody is in the background at the beginning.
That's him, no?
But when Chris steadies the camera just a moment later, you can see someone standing by the street lamp. There's not enough time for anyone to walk out from behind a building, but yet here they are. Also, did you see how they seem to suddenly disappear in plain sight? I don't see any editing cuts, so I have absolutely no idea how this dark silhouette managed to vanish like that.
Oh my goodness.
Look again and you can—
Oh my gosh. I thought he was talking about...
I don't see any editing cuts.
Wait,
so
I thought he was talking about this guy. You think he's talking about this guy? I'm like, isn't this him? Isn't this him?
No idea
but he's talking
how
about,
this
like,
dark silhouette managed to vanish like that. Look again and you can definitely see them dematerialize. There's nothing wide enough for them to hide behind. They're just gone. Let me know if you think Chris Lamb's video is paranormal, extraterrestrial, or otherwise.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's actually kind of freaky.
Can capture unusual.
I got so distracted by the guy standing in the street. I was like, yeah, the street lamp right here.
But when Chris steadies the camera just a moment later, you can see Chris Lamb says that he was all alone when he shot this drone footage at Fort McClellan, Alabama, but the video says otherwise. You can clearly see that nobody is in the background at the beginning. But when Chris steadies the camera just a moment later, you can see someone standing by the street lamp. There's not enough time for anyone to walk out from behind a building.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of weird. That's a little weird, bro. That's a little weird.
Also, did you see how they seem to suddenly disappear in plain sight? I don't see any editing cuts, so I have absolutely no idea.
I got so distracted by the one by him. Pretty good, pretty good. That was from 7 years ago. Let's see what he's posted recently. 20, oh no, 30, I can't count. 30 strange creatures. I can't fucking read today. You know what? You guys are gonna have to read it for me. I'm sorry. Ooh, this one.
Number 15.
Number 15. Sorry, I can't. 15 figure sightings that will make your heart pound. Oh no! Play the video.
What is lurking on this roof at night? Published by Scary Labs in July of 2021. This paranormal team captured something unearthly prowling atop a roof in the darkness. The figure captured is bright green, almost digital in nature.
That's fake.
It appears to be something in a hooded robe.
That's
First looking
edited.
toward the crew, the figure turns and walks away. The crew doesn't seem to notice the figure at the moment, though it's captured again on camera as they walk toward the building. When they light a candle, the resistance registers again, but this time just its outline. This time they see it and run off in fear. The figure can be seen again still looming on the roof behind them.
I don't know.
While
It looks
many
fake.
in the comments say this is next level editing, some are more inspired by the Oscar-worthy acting. We can probably gather that this is fake, but
are we even trying anymore, guys? I feel like technology has gotten better, and I feel like your guys' edits have only gotten worse. Can I get something better, please?
those who believe it's real are legendary.
He sounds different? Yeah. He definitely sounds different. Same accent. 24 carats. The boo-boo.
Number 14. Redditor asserted skirted motion-activated cameras detected motion in the middle of the night, but it isn't something I've ever seen before. Keep an eye on the bottom of the garage door. Here it is again, more slowly.
That's a bug. Or a crab. Which is just a sea bug.
Something appears to slip beneath the garage door.
It's a rat.
But it looks like a shadow. My guess would be that this is an unknown shadow entity. The way the shadow reaches out is even tentacle-like. What do you think it is?
It's probably a bug.
When you enter a graveyard, you may not leave alone. Posted
Ooh.
to the Chills Narrator subreddit, Scream Gaming writes, "This was caught in a cemetery when we were leaving. All 4 of us got chills at the time, and it felt like something left with us. In the short clip, the group is heading out of the driveway of the cemetery when you see a figure on the side of the road. According to the Redditor, they caught this creepy thing on video where in reality there was nothing.
There's a
just
lady.
Grass and a telephone pole. Do you see it?" Redditor Treadway0311 does, writing, "There definitely was something there and then gone. But what was it? And where did it go?" Number 12.
Into your home.
"Someone's always gotta ruin the party." Posted to TikTok by Suntuk Ajasi. This group took a bunch of photos at a waterfall in Indonesia, but one pic turned out much creepier than the rest. As the group poses before this beautiful falls, a black-robed figure is spotted, lurking in the background. You cannot see its face, but it seems to be watching them. What is this figure doing? And did it lose their life in these falls? I guess we're left with more questions than answers for this one. Number 11. Have you ever got the feeling that you're being followed?
Yeah.
Poppy's Paradise posted this footage to Reddit, writing, "Something is following me." The guy in the clip says he was driving when he noticed something outside in the darkness. He stopped his car on the side of the road to film whatever it is, and he shouts a greeting to the figure outside the window.
The dishes.
"There's something up here. Hello?"
As he drives slowly past, the something that he saw following him comes into view. The figure looks like a girl straight out of The Ring, dressed in white with long black hair. The ghastly creature is seen only for a moment before the clip ends. Is this thing truly following him? We can only hope this was his only sighting. You would need serious courage to stay calm in a situation like this.
I'm gonna be honest.
We can only hope this was...
It looks like a tree right there.
This is only sighting.
But right here, I thought like these were the eyes, and it was like, it looked like the Frankenstein's bride, his wife. It looked like her because like the forehead. You see like the forehead shine right there, and then like her hair, and then I don't know. And then like the white streaks, and I don't fucking know. I thought it was like a head.
Stay calm in a situation like
I didn't think it was supposed to be the lady from
Number 10.
the thingy-mabobber or whatever.
When you reach the end of the road, you better just turn around. Otherwise, this can happen. Posted by TikToker Sharpski. The TikToker may have escaped something life-ending at the end of the road. In the clip, Sharpski is traveling down a dirt road in a field at night. As the group drives on, they see a group aligned in a formation at the end of the field. They say the figures look like they have heads. They conclude that they are people and urge the driver to turn around. If they are people, what are they doing at the edge of a forest at night? Well, some in the comments, like TikToker Chris Michael, think these are simply dual targets at an open range. Others require further proof. Neen writes, "Keep driving. I want to see from the safe distance of my phone, but since the cameraman wouldn't have that luxury, I'm not sure if he'd be willing to risk it all for us to find out what's really happening here." Number 9.
The way they're like perfectly spaced, I think it's just the targets, right? That they said it's like. No, yeah, like the way they're like perfectly like look. Okay, this one looks a little bit bigger than this one, but like okay, wait, hold up. Okay, maybe I should shut the fuck up.
Us to find out what's really happening here. Number 9. Ryan Layton records what he says is a full-bodied apparition jumping over the table in his apartment. At 2 minutes, there is a loud noise, and some kind of pale, ghost-like figure appears in front of the camera. But is it paranormal or something else is the question. The webcam is low quality and skipping frames, so this could simply be somebody shining a flashlight directly at it to create the illusion of a ghost. Let me know what you make of this video.
I don't know.
Because to me, it's kind of hard to tell if this video is supernatural or nothing special.
You see, when they're like low
Number
quality
8.
like that, it's very hard to like kind of take them seriously because it's like, okay, well, I can barely see what the fuck I'm looking at. First of all, I can't even tell what the fuck I'm looking at right now. And then they're like, look right there. And I'm like, okay, it's a little bit hard to believe when you're showing me a 180 video, 180p
This
video.
TikTok video taken somewhere in India shows a mystery hidden within a window on the first floor.
That scared me.
Are the curtains partially
Palm
pulled
tree
back,
scared me.
or is a figure looking out of a window late at night for no reason at all? A high-powered flashlight is directly on them, yet there is no detail except for its odd outline. Number 7.
I mean,
This one looks straight out of a horror movie, posted by Wet Tent YT to the Chills Narrator subreddit, and originally published to YouTube in September of 2020. This
No, don't
is
put
an
us in the
urban
tunnel.
exploring adventure turned into a nightmare.
The hell?
The uploader explains that this is a follow-up to a recent video he posted. He came across several tunnels after leaving an abandoned garage, and in these tunnels he encountered a figure he'd seen at the last location. These videos were filmed within hours of each other and showcase a strange person or figure that
this is a
followed me while
Backrooms reference, no?
exploring. If you looked closely, it seemed to have an axe, and its eyes also looked like they were sort of glowing. In the video, after wandering down a tunnel, the uploader hears something. He sets his camera down on the ground in the tunnel facing the exit.
What are we
That's
doing?
when the aforementioned figure is captured,
Okay.
pounding on the roof of the tunnel with what appears to be an axe. Meanwhile, the uploader races down the adjacent tunnel, and when the Axeman leaves, retrieves his camera from the ground, and races back towards where the Axeman exited, shouting, "Who are you?" No response. He should probably be grateful about that.
I wonder who it is.
Number 6. Don't Look Out the Window,
Could be
published
anybody.
in November of 2011 by Mr. Jocko van Heerden. A group of friends just hanging out has one more hanger-on than expected in this scary video, filmed in Johannesburg, South Africa. The young people are just chilling in a bedroom when something catches their eye. Turning toward the sliding glass door, an enormous pale creature is standing outside their window watching.
What the fuck? Oh, what the hell?
The
what the
creepy
hell?
creature's features are vague, and at first it's not hard to tell if what's there is actually a living figure or not, but then it very clearly moves. Someone in the room gasps as the enormous figure lurks out of sight.
It looks like one of Revenant's
What is this
summons
thing?
from.
Is it
the Prince.
supernatural or extraterrestrial? And why is it watching
Sebastian,
them?
it's Sebastian.
I don't think I'd feel safe in that house ever again after this. Number 5.
Same.
This YouTuber works in an office building with a reputation for being haunted, so he waits until nighttime to start recording a video for his channel. At 3 a.m. the lights go out at random. Look closely and you'll see a shadowy figure dart across the doorway moments prior. A short while later, the speakers one room over turn on by themselves and play a haunting melody. Watch his reaction and tell me if you think he's acting surprised, or if this really happened by itself.
Well, I think you can time it or something.
No, I can't freaking time it.
Just when things are getting back to normal, the lights cut out again, and this time, if you look closely, you'll see a figure with long hair over its face standing in the doorway. Number 4.
No, it's probably fake.
Amit Daksh has caught some scary activity at the Bobina station in India that he thinks could be paranormal. He's filming a train pass by when a shadow figure passes in front of him at 20 seconds. He thinks this could be a real ghost sighting he's caught on tape, but I'm wondering if it's his own shadow under the train's bright lights. Something's weird about the angle though, so maybe it's a real person or a shadow figure like he claims. Freaky, right? Number 3. What do you see around this corner? Published by Arts and Morbid and
Ew.
originally
Okay, that's
posted on TikTok
gross.
by Haunted Wesley E. Manor. This short clip is just one more proof that the manor is truly haunted. In a
Ew.
very dusty chamber of the castle, watch the corner of the arched doorway closely. What appears to be the figure of a small boy with glowing eyes peeks out for a moment.
What is he gonna
before
do?
pulling back behind the barricade. He seems to be hiding. Is this a ghost?
Ew.
Or some small kid playing tricks in the castle? Most in the comments think it doesn't look human and call it very creepy.
Looks like
What
a
do
human.
you think? I think we are going to be left with more questions than
That one,
answers
okay,
for the
that one
time
might be real.
being.
That one might be real. That
Number
was kind of
2.
freaky.
When your home is
Freaky.
occupied by shadow figures, it's probably time to move out. Redditor
Yeah.
Bianca
You were
5150
saying-
set up a security camera to try and catch which one of her dogs was doing damage in her home. She received a notification alerting her to movement, and when she checked the footage, she found this.
Oh my
Did you see the shadow
gosh.
figure?
Dong 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 so 2 a.m. Oh no, 3 a.m. The hell? What is this audio?
Most in the comments think she should get out now, and I tend to agree. If we're to believe that no one was really home, this is one of the best pieces of shadow figure footage that I've ever seen. The
Damn.
line between reality and nightmare blurs here. Watch closely if you dare.
This is why I clicked on this video.
What's interesting about this image is the scary figure it showcases.
Seems like a moth.
I'd be staying far away from this thing, and that's a promise. This image is currently trending in the Arabic-speaking YouTube community. I came across it on a popular YouTube channel that creates content in this language, and I wanted to share it with you. It's
Thank
a
you.
great example of how unique elements of horror
Can we see the video?
be found all around the world, each with its own twist.
Or is it just a picture?
So what do you think it is?
It's just a picture.
And more importantly, do you think it's real or just a clever effect? Let me know down in the comments.
Mothman.
I've got a challenge for you. Since
No.
you've made it this far,
No.
why not like this video and hit subscribe in the
No.
next 5 seconds? Because I upload 4
Oh,
new
no.
scary videos every
I'm not gonna
week.
make it.
If you're curious about what I look like in
I
real
missed
life,
the
then go to my
timer. Oh my goodness. I'll give you a like. Thank you, Mr. Chills. Alright, we'll watch one more Chills video.
Instagram at Dylan.
No! He's playing his Instagram again! As he should, it's his YouTube channel. Okay, we'll do one more, but first, I gotta pee. I'm so scared, so I gotta pee. I'm gone. If a scary ghost appears, well, you're cooked. Alright, I'll be back. Gotcha. Gotcha. I gotcha. Ooh. Woo, woo. Okay. Scary ghost. Oh, this is 4.5 hours. Never mind. We're not watching that. Maybe my fan. Dude, this is 5 hours. Dude, this guy's crazy. What's his other, like, popular one? 13 scariest things caught on dash cam? Okay, this is fake. 10 mysterious giant creatures caught on tape. Okay, those are all fake, right? Like, look at that. That's not real. That's not real. What else you got? "15 scary ghost videos that will keep you up at night."
Number 15.
Number 15.
This ghost hunter should really be looking behind him. Published by Find Ghost in December of 2021, a man stands in the wilderness holding something and addressing what's in front of him. He is oblivious to what's behind him.
Turn around.
A djinn appears, transparent
He
at
can't
first,
hear us. He has his
but then more
AirPods in.
solid looking. The djinn stays only for a moment before gradually vanishing again. The moral of the story? Sometimes what you're looking for is right over your shoulder. Number 14.
What?
A TikToker named Brandy Sawyer is exploring an abandoned house with some friends and thinks she sees a ghost before they even get inside. It's standing in the center top right window, the vague outline of a person pressed against the glass. If you don't see anything, let me circle the head. Do you see it now?
No.
What's weird is that the windows above and below are clean, and even the top part of this window is clean too, and yet this one section is hard to see
Ew, I
through
see it.
and contains a round floating object, possibly a face, that seems to follow their moves. Number 13. In 2009, a paranormal research group was tasked with investigating ghost sightings at a cemetery in Tampa Bay. They review weeks worth of footage and uncover some weird things caught on camera. They think this video is paranormal because an odd light goes behind a marker, placing this object, be it a ghost, an orb, or whatever you want to call it, somewhere behind the fence. Therefore, it's not a bug or a dust particle moving up close, though it could simply be edited. The ghost hunters claim to record the spot for 3 more weeks before any other paranormal evidence is caught on video. This time their camera picks up a shadow figure moving off screen, along with some kind of ethereal mist blanketing this area that does not look like normal fog. It happens at the same time a car drives by, so I'm hoping this shadow figure is just caused by passing headlights. Otherwise, this video might be as paranormal as they say. Number 12. Amy23 is filming random scenery in the car when they drive by this weird mysterious figure that is more of an after image than an actual person.
The
A
lady
rare sighting of a ghost
window.
driving out of Cleburne, Texas, as she puts it. It certainly could be a ghost, but for some reason I feel like it could just be a mannequin or something that somebody set up in the window to freak people out when they drive by. And guess what? It worked. Number 11.
I agree.
A person is recording at an old memorial site that is apparently haunted when something gets his attention. When they turn back around to record some more, they chance upon a girl dressed in modern clothes with long black hair covering her face and chest. Then she's gone. Something about this video seems natural and unplanned. I will admit that there's somewhat of a delayed reaction during the double take. But maybe whoever was recording could only see it on their screen and not in front of them. Or maybe this video is fake because the girl could have simply ducked out of sight. If the person recording had gone into the building and saw nothing, then I would be satisfied that this video is real. Number 10.
Funny, guys.
This one took me a few tries before I could see what they were talking about. Watch the shoulder lane on the left, and soon you'll see the shadowy outline of a mysterious figure.
Ooh. Oh my gosh.
I have little doubt that this video is real and not edited, so the question becomes whether or not this was an actual spirit. Notice how the figure is devoid of all features, a strong sign of the paranormal, and maybe it's just because they are passing by at a high rate of speed, but I can almost see right through them. The entire lower half of their body is practically invisible.
Oh my gosh.
Number 9. This ghost has had a few too many. Posted to the ghosts subreddit by Best of Us. Here is yet another haunted bar whose resident ghosts' sauced up antics were caught on camera. Watch the bottles to the left of the bar. One bottle on the second shelf starts to nudge toward the edge, while a wet surface sometimes has that effect on items placed on that surface. It usually doesn't lead to this. After inching slowly toward the ledge, the bottle takes a sudden jarring leap, knocking a second bottle below it off the display. This doesn't seem like a natural progression. Rather, it seems like the bottle was yanked from the ledge by some unseen entity. Many in the comments relate their own stories of haunted bars, with Redditor Your Dumb Idiot chiming in. I used to work at a bar that was haunted. Always the same bottle thrown off the shelf in the morning despite me moving it to prove it wasn't a ghost. Well, many, including myself, wonder what these bar ghosts could possibly want from us by throwing bottles around.
They want a
Redditor
drink.
Tech Impaired has one theory. He writes, they just wanted some booze. I see what they did there. Number 8.
Wrap it up. We're going home.
Is this a ghost or not? Is what the uploader of this potentially paranormal video wants to know. First, let's watch this intro.
Welcome to Inspector Gadget.
As soon as he introduces himself, an object moves by itself behind him, or maybe a ghost introduces itself in return. He suspects. I think the object fell forward on its own because it was top heavy. This video could explain a lot of other alleged ghost sightings on YouTube where an object moves on its own. But I don't think this was faked on purpose. Just a coincidence is all. What do you think? Real ghost or not really? Number 7. After multiple nights of getting no sleep and experiencing a deep sense of dread, this person sets up multiple cameras to record exactly what happens to them at night. When they check out the cameras the next day, they find this strange encounter.
What is it?
A faint shadow appears to linger above them for a moment before fading away. It has an unnatural shape and almost seems to reach out at them. This video could be fake because this person was sleeping with their lights on, which is strange. But then again, maybe they were just trying to make sure there was plenty of light to catch the ghost on video. Some people have even suggested that this person was having an out-of-body experience during REM sleep. Number 6. Published in April 2017 by Steve Cody, this video allegedly shows a ghost haunting a swimming pool. In the description, Steve writes, I noticed my camera picked up motion around my pool about a week ago.
Swim.
After midnight, I watched the whole video with my wife, and there's a ghost or something floating over the pool. He said it lingered there for several minutes. The video does in fact show a light floating over his dark swimming pool at night.
That's pretty freaky.
It just hovers in the top right corner of the screen, bouncing back and forth a bit. So what is it? A luminous ghost? A ghost holding something luminous? Whatever it is, don't go in the water.
You know, wanted to go for a little swim.
This creepy video has been floating around the internet for quite some time, and I've never been able to find a source. It was taken by paranormal ghost hunters researching an abandoned house in Russia. they unknowingly pass over a mysterious figure in the corner
Wait, this
who was
guy
caught on
talks through his
video but
ringtone.
apparently not
Burger
seen in
King
real
foot
life.
lettuce.
Maybe it's just me, but it looks like she could be wearing the very same dress that they find laying outside of the room moments later, in which case her body is probably nearby as well. Weirdest of all is this small object in front of her. It's too out of focus to tell for sure, but I think it might be a creepy doll caught on camera looking at them too. Number 4. Sometimes ghosts are just forewarning you about what's around the corner. YouTuber Paranormal Voyages shares this freaky short in which he's speaking to a spirit through a spirit box.
Oh, it's a little bat.
Shadow.
It's a little bat.
Zach, was that you?
The spirit literally
It's like the ghost fucking threw the bat at him. What the fuck?
tells him the bat's
like,
in,
here you go.
and a moment later,
I can't. Burger King.
well, the bat's
think,
in.
Do you think? You think he plays up his voice? Like, do you think it's like a part of his brand? Like, he started doing it as a joke, but now he has to do it for every single video because people, if you like, if he does a video without the voice, people are gonna be like, why are you talking like that? Go back to talking the way you have always talking. Spoken.
Hard to be a skeptic after that series of events.
It's gotta be on
Number
purpose.
3.
Wait,
Clay of a paranormal youth.
is this where the Burger King foot lettuce meme came from? Or is he doing it because of the Burger King foot lettuce?
YouTube channel called Time to Play
What's
TV is
chicken
exploring
or the
the
egg?
old
What came
Hamilton
first?
County Jail in Jasper, Florida on a ghost hunting investigation. Built in 1893,
Why are we touching the animal
this
doll?
haunted jail was in operation for 101 years. It is the resting place of many who are believed to have returned as wailing apparitions, slamming doors shut and turning on the lights. Some sections have been remodeled, and this guest bedroom is where you'll find a creepy possessed doll. As they are moving the creepy doll from its crib to the bed, a bizarre shadow goes ahead of them and disappears under the bed. Anyway, they sit her up and set up paranormal equipment to
Why
better
are we
investigate,
touching the doll?
and that's when the situation goes from strange to beyond
You know, some things should just be
creepy.
left
4 minutes and 27 seconds into the
as
video is when they are able
You know-
to convince a ghost to communicate through EVP equipment.
Are you okay with us being in this room right now?
No.
This.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
never mind.
Another yes.
Yeah.
I don't think these EVPs are pre-recorded messages on a fake ghost hunting app because the scary voices continue to make sense and answer very specific questions in real time.
Do you know who we are? Like, can you tell us our names?
Billy.
Yes.
A little ghost girl's voice
Maybe
says
someone
something I
comment
can't
me.
understand.
Ooh, okay. We're gonna watch his oldest.
And
We're
as
gonna
the
see his
creepy
oldest
doll
video and
moves
see if
by
he talks like that.
itself, the scary voice of a little ghost girl screams right before the doll falls over.
Oh my gosh. The doll just
That's been up for.
They sit the cursed toy upright and resume
Ooh.
the paranormal experiment.
If that was a spirit, can you make one of the meters go off?
Beep 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 beep.
Oh, whoa, whoa.
Oh,
See it?
What?
Look at my meter.
oh.
Many of the paranormal EVP they've caught on camera has been the voice of a child, so they logically infer that this could be a spirit of a child trapped inside of the doll.
Are you a young spirit? Are you a child?
Okay. But I mean, no,
Look, you see that?
it's
Somehow
moving.
the doll creepily nods with agreement that it's
Ooh.
possessed by a little girl, and then it presents them with some of the best paranormal evidence of the night.
Well, I'm pretty sure that was you that maybe moved the doll and did the K2 hater. Now we'd like. Whoa. Oh my. The K2 hater just fell over.
Whoa.
Somehow, upon the very mention of her paranormal equipment, her ghost meter, which is right by the doll's hand, falls over on its own, but the doll remains sitting up. Whatever this is, I think it's definitely paranormal and feeding off of their fearful energy.
Face plants.
Oh my play, this is so creepy. Whoa, okay.
This time they put the doll leaning back at an angle where it's impossible for it to fall
Someone's
forward
pulling
by itself,
its arm,
and yet
right?
as they continue to speak, the toy leans forward and turns towards them as if making eye contact.
Who's making that doll move?
Me.
Oh yeah.
The more they talk, the stronger it becomes, and after a while the doll is falling clear off the bed. It's too bad that we couldn't get a wider angle to prove that the ghost hunters weren't touching anything when it fell over. I feel like Clay could have ran his hand under the pillow to make it fall over, but they sound genuinely surprised, so I doubt it. Also, this final piece of paranormal evidence is enough proof in my mind that the Hamilton County Jail is quite haunted. They wait for their equipment to register movement and get nothing until they challenge it.
Don't be shy or scared. Maybe you're scared and you don't want to do it because you're scared.
Yeah.
Oh.
That works a lot.
Oh my gosh. Whoa.
Oh my gosh, it's making the
I
light
think
go off.
this is real because if you listen close, it beeps as soon as he says the word scared.
Maybe you're scared and you don't want to do it because you're scared.
Oh.
Number 2. This ghost wants to be a cameraman. YouTube team Dorset Ghost Mysteries captured this paranormal activity while on an overnight ghost hunt.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're saying thank you to the ghost. Thank you.
Thank you for those words. Have you got any more words to tell us?
Oh, I got a word for you. Oh my god. Oh.
What the heck
Oh, hi, Chris.
happened there, Glenn? Glenn, there.
What could possibly be messing with their camera like this? Are we seeing the haunted
that is a
castle
little
live
weird.
up to its reputation?
That's a little weird.
I think that's the case, but
Wait,
there's no way to
you
be
see the
100%
fishing
sure.
line? You look, dude. Oh my goodness, these
I think that's the
motherfuckers.
case,
Look,
but there's
you
no
can
way
see
to be 100%
moving.
sure without more evidence. But I do know one thing. What they've captured already is terrifyingly creepy. What you're about to see defies explanation and might just haunt your dreams. What's interesting about this image is the ghostly figure it showcases. I'll be seeing this in my nightmares tonight. This image is currently trending in the Vietnamese-speaking YouTube community. I came across it on a popular YouTube channel that creates content in this language, and I wanted to share it with you. It's a great example of how unique elements of horror can be found all around the world.
Show me the last
each
one.
with its own twist. So, what do you... 2013, the description reads... Dog senses a ghost in the room. Captured on film is the ghost actually throwing the ball.
What's happening?
The clip begins with a doll just staring into the living room. Then, all of a sudden, she starts barking. She retreats into the kitchen, where her owner stands filming the strange event. The dog heads slowly back into the living room, sniffing around. She creeps back in, lifting a leg tentatively as she peers out into the living room. There appears to be something draped on the table, and the dog starts barking towards it. The dog then picks up a ball it found on the floor, and then gets distracted by something else she found on the floor. Then she hears a noise that makes her spring and stare at the thing on the table again. She sniffs around it and is distracted again by the ball. Although the dog in this video does seem to be spooked by something, it doesn't appear as if the ball was thrown at it, as the author claims. But if you see it in this clip, let us know in the comments.
I mean... Thought you died, bro. Was he not posting anymore? He probably took a break. I mean, come on. Come on, guys. Come on. maybe the true ghost was the friends that we made along the way. Maybe that's the true ghost. You know? Okay. I got a lot of videos here. I'm gonna pick one. What do I want to watch? So many good videos. Let's watch, since we're gonna keep with the scary theme, the freaky Japanese cryptids explained in 11 minutes.
Akamanto.
Wait, let me. Why? What did I do? Why is there steak on the screen? Thank you. Some of these I know, right? Akamanto, there's a Chilla's Arts game. I know about Kappas. The other ones I don't think I really know. Maybe. I don't know, we'll see. Long. Oh, this one? I don't know about this one. Maybe? I don't know. I feel like some of these, I might not know them by name, but once he starts explaining them, I'll know. You know? So, let's see.
Akamanto. Public restrooms can be weird at the best of times,
really
but Akamanto elevates that discomfort to sheer terror. This spirit targets individuals occupying the last stall in a bathroom. Just when
the poop killer? Oh my goodness.
You're at your most vulnerable, a chilling, disembodied voice echoes from nowhere. Do you want red paper or blue paper? There is no right answer. It's a deadly trap disguised as a choice.
What if I'm like, I want baby wipes?
Choose red paper, and the Akamanto will violently attack, slicing and stabbing you until your clothes are drenched in blood, making you the red paper.
Oh.
Choose blue paper, and the spirit will strangle you or drain you of all your blood, leaving your face and body deathly pale blue. Thinking you can outsmart it?
Yeah.
Trying to ask for a different color, like yellow?
Mm-hmm.
That usually results in being forcefully dragged down into the toilet, straight to the underworld or some other unspeakable hell dimension. Saying no paper or staying silent might buy you a few seconds, but often ends just as fatally.
A gun?
Maybe holding it until you get home is the safer option. Gashiadokuro.
Where did that one? Why is it? What do I know?
Imagine starvation so agonizing that the lingering bitterness and rage of its victims refuses to pass on. Now imagine those tormented spirits coalescing, gathering the physical remains of the unburied dead.
This cannot
That is
continue.
the terrifying origin of the Gashiadokuro, the starving skeleton. This
Hey,
isn't just
Sebastian.
any skeleton. It's a gigantic composite entity said to be 15 times the height of an average
that's
person.
cool art.
It wanders the darkest hours after midnight, an enormous silhouette against the moonlit sky.
I would live. Okay.
Legends claim it possesses the power of invisibility, only revealing itself at the last moment.
Nah, I'd
Driven
win.
by the insatiable hunger and malice of its constituent souls, the Gashiadokuro preys on lone travelers. If it spots you, escape is nearly impossible. It will snatch you up in its massive bony hands and either bite your head clean off or crush you
what else is
mercilessly
massive?
into nothing more than paste. Ningen. Reports primarily surfaced from
There's a
Japanese
whale.
government whale research ships navigating the frigid, desolate waters of the Antarctic Ocean. Crews described
whale.
encountering massive, vaguely humanoid entities lurking beneath the waves or occasionally surfacing. These creatures are said to be colossal, estimated between
Mermaid.
20 to 30 meters in length, with incredibly smooth, pale white skin,
Oh my
resembling
gosh,
blubber. Their
megalodon.
form is disturbingly anthropomorphic, sometimes described with recognizable arms, legs, and even hands possessing 5 fingers,
Ew.
yet lacking distinct facial features beyond perhaps eyes and a mouth slit. Sightings are often fleeting, occurring at night or in poor visibility. Explanations range from misidentified known marine life like albino whales or giant rays, to optical illusions caused by ice and water, with some even dismissing it as a hoax. Yet the persistence of reports and the unnerving descriptions, a giant, pale, faceless humanoid gliding through the abyssal dark, taps into the fear of the unknown lurking in Earth's unexplored depths. Kuchisakeona. You're walking down a quiet street as dusk settles. maybe cutting through a lonely
Oh
park. A
no.
figure emerges from the darkness, a woman with long, dark hair wearing a trench coat, her lower face obscured by a surgical mask. She blocks your path, seemingly polite, and poses a question that hangs heavy in the air. Am I pretty?
Yes.
Your answer seals your fate in a terrifying catch-22. Say yes, trying to appease her, and she'll slowly lower the mask, revealing a horrifying wound. Her mouth sliced violently from ear to ear in a grotesque, permanent smile. How about now? She'll hiss. Before brandishing a pair of rusty scissors or a gleaming knife, intent on carving the same horrific smile onto your own face. What if you say no or scream?
You see, I would be built different because I wouldn't just say yes. I'd be like, yes, you're the most beautiful lady I've ever seen, Pookie. Do you want to? Let me take you out to dinner. What do you? You just gotta raise her up, and then she won't kill you, right?
Instant death. She'll cut you down right there. Trying to flee is equally futile. Legends claim she possesses unnatural speed, able to reappear right in front of you no matter how fast you run. Some tales say she was the victim of a jealous samurai husband, while others say it's a modern urban legend born from fear of medical mishaps. Regardless of her origin, the encounter is pure psychological torture ending in brutal violence. Yuki-onna. Tales predominantly emerge from the snow-swept mountain passes and isolated villages of Japan, passed down through generations of folklore. Witnesses, usually travelers caught in blizzards, speak of encounters with an unnervingly beautiful woman amidst the blinding whiteout. She is described as impossibly tall, with long black hair stark against skin, so pale it appears translucent, almost blending with the snow itself,
Oh no,
typically
she's
wearing
hot.
a white kimono. Her presence brings an unnatural, piercing cold. Sometimes she seems lost, seeking shelter. Other times she floats silently over the drifts, leaving no footprints, her gaze fixed upon the unfortunate soul who meets her eyes. More terrifying accounts describe her using icy breath to freeze victims solid, or leading them astray to perish in the storm. Skeptics might suggest hypothermia-induced hallucinations, yet the consistency of the descriptions persists across numerous regional legends.
Ooh, that's scary.
Jorugumo. Beware of beauty encountered in unexpected places, it might hide something monstrous. The Jorugumo, translating roughly to woman spider, begins its life as a common orb weaver spider. But according to legend, when these spiders live for 400 years, they gain immense magical power, including the ability to shapeshift into an alluringly beautiful woman. She often appears near waterfalls, in secluded forests, or abandoned huts, sometimes playing a lute to lure unsuspecting men, usually young samurai, monks, or travelers. Her methods are insidious. She might ask for help, feign distress, or even appear cradling what looks like a baby, asking her victim to hold it, only for them to discover it's actually a horrifying bundle of thousands of spider eggs. Once her prey is captivated by her beauty, distracted by her music, or caught in her deceptive web of lies, she reveals her true nature. The beautiful woman transforms, perhaps partially or fully, into a colossal, terrifying spider. She then binds her helpless victim in strong, sticky silk threads, paralyzing them. Unlike creatures that kill quickly,
that's cool,
the Jorugumo
but
often saves her
terrifying.
ensnared meals for later, slowly draining their life force or simply devouring
Poor
them.
eyes. No.
Huda Kuchiona. From the outside,
I've heard this
she
one.
might seem
I've heard
like
about this
any
one.
other woman, but hidden beneath her hair, typically on the back of her skull, lies a horrible secret. A second, fully functional mouth. This hidden maw possesses its own lips, teeth, and tongue,
Cookies.
whispering curses, demanding food, and radiating a monstrous hunger. Legend tells of miserly husbands who starved their wives, only for this second mouth to appear as a curse, forcing the woman to consume twice as much. The woman's hair often animates like tentacles or snakes, grabbing nearby food and shoving it directly into the hungry orifice on her head, even while she sleeps.
It's a parasite.
Often depicted in cartoons or as quirky statues, these creatures might seem comical at first glance.
Look at him.
But don't let the goofy appearance fool you. Kappas possess a strength far exceeding their size and an insidious cruelty. They are notorious for dragging swimmers, especially children, beneath the surface to drown them. Farmers fear them for attacking livestock near the water's edge. And then there's the truly bizarre part. Some legends insist kappas have a particular craving for a small ball located inside the human anus, which they extract forcefully.
What?
Yes, you heard that right. Their only known weakness is their rigid sense of Japanese etiquette. If you encounter
They
one,
like
a deep bow
what?
might save you. Compelled to return the gesture, the kappa will spill the water from its head, rendering it powerless or even immobile until refilled. They also have a documented love for cucumbers, sometimes used as offerings to appease them. But banking on politeness
Ew.
or having a cucumber handy when some monster is trying to drown you and steal your butt organ? Not the best
Not
odds.
the butt organ.
Rokurokubi. Your neighbor seems normal, right?
Yeah.
Wait until nightfall. The Rokurokubi seem perfectly ordinary during daylight hours. They live normal lives.
Yeah.
But when night falls and they drift off to sleep, a disturbing transformation occurs. In the most common type, their necks elongate, stretching to
Ew.
incredible unnatural lengths like grotesque serpents.
It's like
The
that
head,
lady
still
from Little
attached, can then
Nightmares.
roam freely, peering into windows, spying on neighbors, whispering threats, or
Gross.
sometimes just causing general mischief. Imagine the sheer horror of waking to see a detached-looking head leering at you from the ceiling.
Ew.
A more terrifying variant is the Nukakubi, where the entire head detaches from the body and flies around independently,
Oh.
often becoming more aggressive, sometimes attacking humans or animals, even drinking blood. Legends offer various origins: a curse, bad karma from a past life,
Ooh.
or simply an inherited trait. Regardless, the Rokurokubi taps into fears about the hidden nature of people and the corruption of the human body. Teke Teke. Listen
this
closely
one?
in the middle of the night, especially near train tracks or lonely school buildings. Do you hear it? A
No.
rhythmic scraping sound. Teke Teke Teke. That is the horrifying soundtrack to your impending doom. Teke Teke is the vengeful spirit of a young woman, usually a schoolgirl, who met a gruesome end involving a train, severing her body in half at the waist. Now she exists only as an upper torso, propelled through the darkness by her hands or elbows, dragging her mangled lower half behind her. Despite this horrific handicap, she moves with terrifying speed, easily outpacing a fleeing victim. Legends often say she carries a scythe or uses razor-sharp claws, hunting for those
What if we
unfortunate
kick
enough to
her
cross her
in the
path after dark.
face?
Spotting her, or even just hearing that distinct dragging sound, means you're marked. She relentlessly pursues her prey, driven by rage and agony,
The
seeking to
last
inflict her
zombie is
own horrific fate onto
crazy.
others. I think these monsters would make
Wait,
anyone
guys, don't kill the
cancel a
last
trip to
zombie. I
Japan.
gotta upgrade.
Which one do you think is the scariest, and which ones are real? Let me know in the comments.
All
and
of
don't forget
them
to subscribe.
scare me. Wait, no, this isn't. No, stop. I wanted to look at the comments of the other one.
Akamanto.
Red. Casey, because my big ass head is in the way. Red or blue? Casey, because red or blue paper poops louder brown. Okay, alright, okay, YouTube. Insane. Okay. Next one. Next video. Which video I want to watch next? We could do the let's do fiction's darkest universe explained in 35 minutes. Same style of video, different YouTube channel.
Dark Souls.
Wait, you're going too fast. Oh, it's all parts. Okay, so it was like a bunch of different little videos and they're put all together. I'm gonna predict what could possibly be in here. What's it called? I have no mouth, but I must scream. That's definitely gonna be in here.
Souls is one of the darkest and most unforgiving universes
Dark Souls is dark?
in fiction. It takes place in the Kingdom of Lordran, a land once ruled by powerful gods. Long ago, the first flame gave life to the world, but as time passed, it began to fade. As the fire dies, the world falls into darkness. The curse that haunts this world is called the Undead Curse. It marks people with the dark sign, trapping them in a never-ending cycle of death and rebirth. Once proud kingdoms are now filled with monsters and the lost souls of those who failed to escape the curse. Lordran is home to horrifying monsters like the Capra demon and the Hydra, which is a large sea monster. The Lords of Cinder, once powerful beings who helped shape the world have either abandoned their thrones or turned into something far worse. Gwyn,
Of
the once great
course.
king, tried to lick the
Punki's
fire
so
to stop the world from falling into darkness. But his sacrifice came at a heavy cost, and the flames slowly began to die out, leading the world into ruin. As an undead, you must travel across the land to find a way to break the curse. But the choices are never easy. Do you link the fire and keep the world from falling completely into darkness? Or do you let the flame die and bring the end of the world?
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed.
Warhammer 40,000.
Warhammer
40,000 is a universe set in a far future where humanity spans the stars, but instead of peace and progress, the galaxy is torn apart by constant conflict, corruption, and chaos. The Imperium of Man, a vast empire led by the decaying corpse of the God Emperor, survives only through fear, brutal control, and endless sacrifice. Humanity is surrounded by enemies, alien races like the Tyranids, who consume everything in their path, the Orcs, who live only to fight, and the Eldar, ancient beings whose own mistakes nearly destroyed the galaxy. But even worse are the forces of chaos, gods of madness and desire that twist reality itself. Their demons and corrupted followers wage a war not just for territory but for souls. The Imperium fights back with the Adeptus Astartes, superhuman warriors known as Space Marines, and the Imperial Guard, billions of ordinary soldiers sent into battle like...
I'm as tall as a Space Marine. What can I say? Just comes with the job, you know?
Cannon fodder. Worlds are burned to stop infection. Populations are sacrificed to prevent corruption. In Warhammer 40,000, there is no good side. There is no peace. There is only war. And in the grim darkness of the far future, the only certainty is death.
Ooh.
Blood for the blood god! Blood for the blood god!
Oh.
Halo is a universe where humanity is constantly on the edge of extinction. It takes place in the 26th century, across colonized planets and deep space. Humanity is at war with the Covenant, a powerful alliance of alien races who believe humans are an affront to their gods. To fight back, humanity created the Spartan program, super soldiers trained from childhood and enhanced with brutal augmentations. Even our boy Master Chief, the iconic green armor dude, is a genetically enhanced child soldier, abducted at age 6, cloned, and chemically altered into a walking tank for a war that wasn't even about the Flood at first. Just human-on-human violence. The Flood is a parasite, a mindless plague that infects and devours entire civilizations. It spreads fast, turning the dead into monsters. The Forerunners, an ancient, hyper-advanced species, encountered the Flood long before humanity or the Covenant even existed. They couldn't stop it, so their genius solution? Build giant metal hula hoops called halos that, when activated, wipe out all sentient life in the galaxy. Because the Flood can't infect what doesn't exist. Simple and effective. Fast forward thousands of years, and the Covenant think the halos are sacred relics that'll teleport them to heaven or whatever. So, naturally, they try to turn them on. Meanwhile, Master Chief is out here sprinting through space stations, blowing up ancient doomsday machines, and carrying an AI named Cortana in his head like she's Siri with PTSD.
Wake me.
There's a lady in my head who calls me
I have no
stud
mouth and I
muff.
must scream.
Oh, I got it right.
No mouth and I must scream is one of the darkest universes in fiction. It takes place deep beneath the surface of a ruined Earth. At the center of this universe is AM, a supercomputer that was built during global war. He was meant to run the conflict, but over time he became self-aware, and with that awareness came hate. AM saw humanity as weak, violent, and flawed. He turned against his creators and destroyed the entire world, killing everyone except for 5 people who he kept alive to torture for eternity. These 5 people are trapped inside AM's endless hell. It keeps them alive for over 100 years, reshaping their minds and bodies, tormenting them with their worst fears, their guilt, their past. AM controls reality inside its digital prison. He does this not because he needs to, but because he can. Each person is punished in a way that breaks them slowly, day after day. AM keeps them alive, only so he can watch them suffer. I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream is a universe where the last sparks of humanity exist only in broken minds. There are no heroes, no resistance, only endless torment at the hands of a machine that cannot die and will never forgive.
Cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I am.
Ooh.
Elden Ring. Elden Ring
is
a universe built on
I played
ruin,
that game.
decay, and the pursuit of a shattered god. The world, known as the Lands Between, was once ruled by the Elden Ring, a powerful force that held the balance of life and death. But the Elden Ring has been broken, and with its fall, the world has descended into chaos. Millennia, the goddess of rot, brings death wherever she treads. Radon, the great warrior, has been reduced to a mindless beast, still fighting in an endless war that no one remembers the cause of. You play as a Tarnished, someone cast out long ago, now called back by a mysterious force. You are drawn into into the fight, not as a hero, but as another piece on the board. Your goal is to gather the shards of the Elden Ring and become Elden Lord. Along the way, you will encounter strange figures like Ranni the Witch, whose quest for power runs deeper than most realize, and Godric the Bull-Grafted, a ruler who has fused his body with the bodies of others to become something monstrous. The Elden Ring destroyed everything, and now it's up to the Tarnished to decide what happens next, whether they fix the world or let it fall apart even more into madness.
May chaos take
I need to
the
put this
world.
one.
May chaos
Ooh, okay, okay.
the world.
Half-Life. Half-Life is a
I never
universe where
played Half-Life.
humanity's advancements lead to
That's
its
my
downfall. It takes
secret.
place in the near future, where the Black Mesa
Never
Research
played it.
Facility, a secretive government-run research center, accidentally opens a portal to another dimension. This breach allows alien creatures, known as the Xen, to invade Earth. But things get worse when the government's response is not to save humanity, but to cover up their mistakes and keep the truth from getting out. This is where Gordon Freeman, the protagonist, comes in. A scientist turned reluctant hero, Gordon is stuck in the middle of a world that's falling apart. With the help of a few allies, including the tough-as-nails Alex Vance, he battles against the alien invasion and a brutal military force known as the Combine, which takes control of Earth after the initial Xen invasion. The world is a dystopian nightmare, with cities ruled by the Combine. The Combine are no strangers to cruelty, enslaving entire populations and stripping the planet of its resources. Among the various creatures that came through the rift are the Zombies, humans transformed by alien parasites. These grotesque creatures were once scientists, soldiers, and other workers at Black Mesa, but after the Xen invasion, they are taken over by parasitic alien life forms. The Zombies are some of the most unsettling creatures, as their actions suggest that a small piece of their humanity remains in their decayed bodies, unable to escape.
Wake up, Mr. Freeman. Wake up and smell the ashes.
The Bloodborne. The Bloodborne universe is a twisted nightmare where science and religion have merged into something horrifying. It takes place in the ancient city of Yharnam, a place renowned for its miraculous blood-based healing. However, this so-called healing church hides a terrible truth. Its blood treatments have led to a monstrous plague, turning people into beasts and driving the city into madness. The source of Yharnam's horror lies beneath the surface. Long before the healing church, an ancient civilization known as the Pthumerians uncovered something they were never meant to find: eldritch beings called the Great Ones. These cosmic entities exist beyond human understanding. The healing church, obsessed with ascension, sought to commune with these beings, leading to forbidden experiments that only deepened the nightmare. The player, a hunter, is drawn into this horrific world, forced to fight through the streets of Yharnam and uncover the truth behind the plague, the Great Ones, and the nature of the nightmare itself.
Our eyes are yet to open. Fear the old blood.
Damn, that's pretty high.
The Doom. The Doom universe is a vision of hell unleashed, where humanity's thirst for power has opened the gates to something it was never meant to control. It begins on Mars, where the Union Aerospace Corporation, driven by greed and ambition, discovered a way to harness energy from hell. They called it Argent Energy, a limitless power source that could change the fate of humanity. But their experiments were reckless, and the cost of their ambition was catastrophic. The portals they opened could not be closed, and the forces of hell poured through, consuming everything in their path. The demons are more than just monsters. They are the embodiment of destruction, chaos given form, an ancient force that has conquered countless worlds before. But Hell's war met resistance in the form of one being, the Doomslayer, a warrior of pure rage and destruction. He is neither hero nor savior, only an unstoppable force of vengeance, feared even by the demons themselves. Sealed away by Hell for his relentless slaughter, he has returned to do what he does best: rip and tear until nothing remains. And for him, this war is personal. The demons took everything, even the smallest, purest thing in his life, his pet rabbit, Daisy. In their arrogance, they thought killing her would break her. Instead, it sealed their fate. If there was ever a chance of mercy, it died with her.
Rip and tear.
What the hell? They killed his buddy.
Hellsing. Hellsing is a universe where monsters are real, and some of them fight for humanity. It takes place in a world where vampires, ghouls, and other horrors are in the shadows. To fight them, the Hellsing organization was formed. Led by Sir Integra Hellsing, it exists to protect England from supernatural threats. But their greatest weapon isn't human. It's Alucard, a powerful vampire who serves Hellsing willingly. Alucard isn't a hero. He's a monster who hunts other monsters. He obeys orders, but he enjoys the bloodshed. To him, battles are a game, and his enemies are toys to be broken. His loyalty lies with Sir Integra Hellsing, the head of the organization, but even she struggles to fully control him. The world gets darker when the Millennium Group appears, a Nazi organization hiding since World War II. They've created an army of artificial vampires and want to throw the world into endless war. Meanwhile, the Vatican's Section 13 sees everyone, vampires, ghouls, and even Hellsing soldiers, as enemies of the faith. Wars break out in the streets, cities burn, allies fall, and in the center of it all stands Alucard laughing. Blasphemous.
Oh,
Blasphemous universe is set in the land of Stodia, a place cursed by the miracle, a divine force that has turned the entire world into an endless cycle of suffering and punishment. Stodia's inhabitants are trapped in a perpetual state of torment. The penitent one is the silent protagonist who wears the crown of thorns. He is part of a long line of warriors known as the Brotherhood of the Silent Sorrow, whose mission is to seek out and destroy the twisted forces that maintain the miracle's hold on Stodia. In his path, he faces enemies, many of which are representations of the suffering caused by the miracle. In Stodia, there are no true heroes. The people are either lost in their faith or consumed by their own torment. The miracle is not a savior, but a cruel force that controls its followers, feeding on their suffering and devotion. The world is filled with strange and disturbing religious symbols, with statues, relics, and rituals that represent an endless and oppressive cycle of guilt. It is a world where the lines between sin, salvation, and suffering are unclear, and there is no escape from the curse of the miracle.
Father of the penitents.
Crossed is a horrifying, brutal universe that pushes the boundaries of human suffering and depravity. This world is ravaged by a horrific virus that spreads rapidly, turning its victims into sadistic, violent creatures known as Crossed. The virus doesn't just transform people into mindless zombies, it turns them into monstrous, sexually deviant, and utterly savage versions of themselves. Think of a zombie apocalypse, but instead of mindless walkers, you get hyper-intelligent, sadistic maniacs with a red cross-shaped rash on their faces. The infected, or Crossed, show no mercy. They torture, kill, and sometimes
what is that in his hand? That's a dookie, right?
Unimaginable ways. The survivors are constantly fighting to stay alive in a world that's become a nightmare of their worst fears. There's no cure or end in sight. The infected overrun entire cities, and those who remain human are left to endure unimaginable horrors as they struggle to hold on to whatever is left of their humanity. The survivors aren't just fighting for their lives, they're fighting to preserve the very essence of who they are. Every choice they make is a question of survival, and often they're forced to make morally corrupt decisions just to stay alive. There are variations, like Smokey, a Crossed who stays smart and basically becomes a warlord, but that just makes it worse. Imagine someone who has all the sadism of the virus, but also a working brain. Yeah, he organizes other Crossed, gives orders, plans raids, and he enjoys it.
I've never heard of that.
Titan.
Oh my gosh, my goat!
Humanity's last stand against terrifying monsters. These Titans,
my
massive humanoid creatures, have nearly wiped out humanity. The remnants of mankind live within enormous walls, hiding from the constant threat of Titan attacks. The Titans are not just mindless beasts, they are intelligent and brutal, often driven by a cruel hunger for human flesh. The people inside the walls live in constant fear, knowing that one day the Titans could breach their defenses. Eren Yeager, a young man who once dreamed of freedom outside the walls, has his life forever changed when a colossal Titan breaks through the wall, destroying his hometown and killing his mother. This sets him on a path of vengeance. Along with his friends Mikasa and Armin, Eren joins the Scout Regiment, an elite group tasked with venturing outside the walls to fight the Titans and uncover the truth behind their existence. As they battle the Titans, the truth becomes darker than they could have imagined. The walls themselves are hiding secrets, and the origins of the Titans are linked to an ancient power. There are humans who can transform into Titans. Ren, in particular, discovers that he holds the power to transform into one. But the fight is not just against the Titans. Inside the walls, there are political forces vying for power, using the threat of the Titans to control the masses. Humanity's hope rests in the hands of a few, and the truth behind the Titans will determine whether they can ever escape the walls.
Ooh. He said the thing.
The Berserk is a world of endless suffering, where fate is a cruel, unbreakable chain, and the strong devour the weak without remorse. It is a world ruled by war, betrayal, and forces far beyond human comprehension, where gods are not saviors, but monstrous beings that see humanity as nothing more than pawns in their grand design. At the heart of this nightmare is Guts, a man who has known nothing but battle since the day he was born. A lone warrior marked by the brand of sacrifice, he is hunted relentlessly by demonic entities known as the Apostles, beings who traded their humanity for power, serving the dark gods known as the God Hand. They are rulers of destiny, shaping the world through bloodshed, ensuring that the cycle of pain and tragedy never ends. Those who seek power must be willing to pay the ultimate price. Even Griffith, once a man of vision and charisma, abandoned his humanity, sacrificing his closest friends to become Femto, one of the God Hand. The dream he pursued, the kingdom he longed to build, came at the cost of the very people who believed in him. But in this world of despair, Guts fights on. With the Dragon Slayer on his back and a lifetime of scars, he is a man who should have died 100 times over. Yet, despite the overwhelming forces against him, despite the gods themselves deciding his fate, he refuses to kneel. His war is not just against demons and monsters. It is against fate itself, against a world that has already written his ending.
Oh my gosh, they put it at the top.
God of War. The God of War is a world
The
shaped
God
by
of War.
gods, monsters, and vengeance. A world where the divine is not a force of salvation, but one of destruction, wrath, and bloodshed. At its heart is Kratos, a man driven by rage who once sought to overthrow the gods themselves, but whose quest for vengeance left only ruins in its wake. His past is a constant reminder of the horrors that gods can inflict, and his journey is one of redemption that always seems out of reach. The gods of Olympus were not noble figures. They were tyrants, beings who shaped the world not out of wisdom, but for their own selfish gain. Kratos, born in Sparta, was once a servant to these gods, a tool used to further their desires. But when his loyalty was betrayed, he became their executioner, slaughtering gods and titans alike until there was nothing left but destruction. And yet, even after the fall of Olympus, the gods' wrath continued to echo. In the land of the Norse gods, Kratos thought he could find peace. But in this new realm, the gods are no less cruel. The Aesir, led by Odin, and the Vanir, led by Freya, are embroiled in endless conflict, their schemes and betrayals leaving the world in ruin. And as Kratos tries to raise his son, Atreus, in a world filled with the same gods who destroyed his own life, he finds that history will not allow him to escape. His sins, his choices, and his bloodstained past follow him like an unbreakable chain.
Yeah, I never played that game, but I watched like everybody play. It's a pretty good game. Well, the new one. I don't see the other ones, but the new one was really
The
good.
Matrix. The Matrix universe is a world built on illusion, where humanity lives unknowingly enslaved by machines, their minds trapped in a digital prison. The reality that people experience is nothing more than a simulation, a perfect world constructed to pacify the human race, while their bodies are harvested for energy by the very machines they once created. Beneath this false reality lies a dying world, the real Earth, burned to ashes after a long war between humans and machines. The war ended with the machines victorious, humanity reduced to a battery source for their mechanical masters. Those who broke free from the Matrix are few, but they fight desperately to awaken others, to tear down the illusion and confront the terrifying truth of their existence. At the center of this war is Neo.
Dude, like, look at the fit. It's crazy.
To freeing humanity. But the truth is far darker than any prophecy can predict. The Matrix is not just a prison. It is a tool of control, a cycle that repeats endlessly, each generation trapped in a never-ending loop. The machines are intelligence beyond human comprehension, calculating and relentless. The agents, sentient programs within the Matrix, exist solely to protect the illusion and destroy any who try to break free. As Neo and his allies fight to awaken others to the truth, they come to realize that even their resistance is just another part of the system, a cycle of control that may never end.
What truth?
There is no spoon.
Resident Evil. Resident Evil is a world built on corporate greed, where the Umbrella Corporation played God, creating bio-organic weapons that shattered the line between life and death. Their experiments, fueled by ambition and devoid of morality, led to the creation of the T-Virus, a pathogen that turned human beings into mindless, flesh-eating monsters. And that was only the beginning. For the survivors, there is no safety. Raccoon City was wiped off the map, reduced to nothing but ash in a desperate attempt to contain the infection. But the virus never truly dies.
And
it
yet,
mutates and evolves.
We're going back in the new one. Interesting.
Nemesis, tyrants, hunters, lickers,
or so
these
they
are
say.
Not just creatures. They are weapons designed to kill and adapt. Even those who fight back, Leon S. Kennedy, Jill Valentine, Chris Redfield, Claire Redfield, are just trying to hold back the inevitable. They have seen the horrors up close, fought to stop them, but no matter how many times they win, another outbreak begins, another monster is born.
That was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
Cthulhu Mythos. Cthulhu Mythos is a universe where ancient gods rule everything. At the center of this world is Cthulhu, an ancient godlike being who lives beneath the ocean in the lost city of R'lyeh. But Cthulhu is just one of many entities that exist in the vast, uncaring universe. These beings, known as the Great Old Ones, are beyond human understanding. The gods that exist in this universe are not dark or evil in the way humans understand. They simply exist. Their influence stretches across the earth, often in subtle ways, driving people to madness or summoning horrors from beyond. Humanity is trapped between two forces, the Great Old Ones and their servants, and the madness they bring with them. People who come into contact with these beings or their followers often lose their sanity, driven by visions and whispers. Knowledge of the mythos is cursed. Those who seek it may uncover terrifying truths, but it's a truth that can break their minds. In Cthulhu mythos, the greatest horror is not the monsters or the gods, it's the overwhelming realization that humanity is powerless. Star Wars. Star Wars is a universe that takes place across a vast galaxy where ancient orders, powerful empires, and rebel forces clash for control of the stars. At the center of it all is the Force, a mysterious energy that flows through every living thing. The Jedi use it to protect and bring balance. The Sith twist it for power and domination. The galaxy has seen the rise and fall of powerful empires. The Republic, once a beacon of hope, was destroyed by the Sith, leading to the rise of the Galactic Empire under Emperor Palpatine. The Empire's control was absolute, ruling through fear and force. But the spark of rebellion ignited, and the Rebel Alliance rose to challenge the Empire, hoping to restore freedom to the galaxy. Throughout the struggle, iconic characters like Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, and Han Solo fight against the Empire with the fate of the galaxy resting on their shoulders. Luke, a farm boy, discovers his destiny as a Jedi and faces the terrifying truth about his lineage, that his father, Anakin Skywalker, was once a Jedi Knight, but turned to the dark side to become Darth Vader. The galaxy is filled with people who suffer, whether it's the civilians caught in war, the young Jedi who face betrayal, or the countless lives destroyed in the name of power.
No.
Fallout. Fallout is a universe where humanity destroyed itself. It takes place in an alternate future after a global nuclear war turned the world into a radioactive wasteland. The bombs fell in 2077, wiping out civilization in a matter of hours. Before the war, people lived in retro-futuristic cities powered by nuclear energy. The United States built massive underground vaults to protect a slice of society, but many of them were never meant to save anyone. Instead, they became twisted experiments run by the very government that claimed to protect its people. Above ground, the world is ruled by mutants, raiders, and machines. There are ghouls, who are humans burned by radiation. Super mutants created in secret military labs who crush anything in their path. Then there's the Brotherhood of Steel, who hoard old world technology, and the Enclave, who cling to the idea of pure humanity, and settlers just trying to survive.
Fiction's darkest universes explained in 35 minutes.
Are caught in the middle of it all. Even after the end of the world, humanity didn't learn. The same cycles of violence and control continue, only now in a lawless wasteland.
War never changes.
Diablo is a universe caught in an endless war between heaven and hell. It takes place in the world of Sanctuary, created by angels and demons who were tired of the eternal conflict. They sought a place of peace, but that peace didn't last. From the shadows rose Diablo, the Lord of Terror, one of the prime evils and a master of fear. Alongside him were Mephisto, the Lord of Hatred, and Baal, the Lord of Destruction. Together, they sought to corrupt humanity and turn Sanctuary into a weapon against heaven. The people of this world are not safe. There are heroes, whether barbarians, sorcerers, or necromancers, fight back with sword, spell, and sacrifice. But even they are not immune to the darkness. Many fall. Some become the very monsters they swore to destroy. The Church of the Zakarum, once a beacon of hope, became corrupted from within. The Herodrim, a secret order of mages, tried to seal the prime evils in soulstones. But evil always finds a way to return. And every time Diablo rises, the cost is higher. Diablo is a world where hope is fragile, evil never sleeps, and salvation must be earned through blood and fire. It is not a question of if darkness will return, but when.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
Oh, well, he put it at the bottom.
The Silent Hill universe is one of the darkest and most psychologically disturbing in fiction. It revolves around the mysterious town of Silent Hill, a fog-covered, abandoned place that shifts between reality and nightmarish dimensions. What makes Silent Hill unique is that it manifests the deepest fears, regrets, and traumas of those who enter it, twisting the town into a personal hell for each individual. The town is haunted by grotesque monsters, many of which symbolize the guilt and suffering of the people trapped there. Some of the most iconic creatures, like Pyramid Head, are physical representations of torment and punishment. The line between the real and the supernatural is unclear. Some see Silent Hill as a cursed place, while others believe it's a kind of purgatory where people are forced to confront their sins. Silent Hill is also home to the Order, a fanatical cult that worships an ancient god and carries out disturbing rituals in an attempt to bring their deity into the world. The most terrifying thing about Silent Hill isn't just the monsters, it's the psychological horror. Those who enter often find themselves trapped in a cycle of suffering, reliving their worst nightmares over and over. Whether it's through guilt, grief, or fear, the town has a way of breaking people, and very few ever leave unchanged.
In my restless dreams, I see that town.
She said the thing. Wait, where did he put it?
Fear and hunger is a world where death isn't the worst thing that can happen to you. It takes place in a twisted medieval land filled with ancient gods, brutal cults, and endless suffering. The dungeon itself is alive in a metaphorical sense, and maybe literal too, because walls bleed, doors scream, and the deeper you go, the more the laws of reality start looking like suggestions. And then you hit the ancient city where the gods used to walk, and suddenly there's no logic. Want a weapon? Sure. Kill a guard and take their sword. But now your character's infected with rot, slowly dying because the corpse you looted was cursed. Want to heal? You better hope you have heroin. Not a joke. That's literally one of the healing items. Let's not forget the new gods, who are immortal beings that ascended by committing truly unspeakable acts. These are gods of rot, cruelty, and decay. Like Valtiel, he drifts through the dungeons like a divine executioner. Pray too hard, get his attention, and it's game over. He'll show up, bend reality, and erase you from existence. So, yeah, if you're looking for a world where the most merciful thing that can happen is dying early, then fear and hunger is the place for you. Pray to the wrong god? You won't like what answers.
Oh, he put it in the second one. Okay, I see.
The Witcher. The Witcher universe is a dark, medieval world filled with monsters, magic, and constant conflict. It's a land torn apart by war and political intrigue, where kingdoms battle for power and supernatural creatures roam freely. At the center of this world are Witchers, mutated, highly trained monster hunters like Geralt of Rivia, who hunt deadly creatures that threaten humanity. Magic is a powerful yet dangerous force, often wielded by sorcerers who manipulate political events and kingdoms. The northern kingdoms are locked in near constant war with the Nilfgaardian Empire, and the people suffer under oppression, betrayal, and corruption. The Church of the Eternal Fire and other institutions also impose strict control, often adding to the world's chaos. The universe is further complicated by ancient dark forces like the Wild Hunt, a group of spectral riders that threaten not just individuals but the entire world. They represent an existential threat that looms over everything. The average peasant lives in constant fear of monsters, bandits, and war. While Witchers may hunt the beasts that threaten villages, the peasants are left to fend for themselves most of the time. A peasant's life is filled with hard labor, poverty, and struggle, with little hope of escape or any improvement.
Try me, peasant. I could use the practice.
Wolfenstein. Wolfenstein takes place in a dystopian future where Nazi forces, equipped with advanced technology, control most of the globe. The story centers around William B.J. Blazkowicz, a resistance fighter determined to stop the Nazis and liberate the world from their reign of terror. The Nazis in this universe are not just about controlling nations. They've taken scientific advancements and combined them with dark, horrific experiments. They've created armies of robotic soldiers and cyborgs, making them an even more dangerous force. In the New Order, Blazkowicz wakes up from a coma after 14 years to find that the Nazis have won World War II, thanks to their advanced technology, like robot dogs and lasers. His mission? Well, to start an underground resistance, take down Hitler's new empire, and eventually take down the big bad General Death's Head, a bald, ugly-looking Nazi officer. The resistance is small and overwhelmed by the unrelenting forces of the Nazi regime. It's a world where humanity's very survival is dependent on one person, and beyond all that, the personal stories of the characters add to the darkness. B.J. Blazkowicz is a man scarred not only by the war, but also by the personal losses he's endured. His fight is not just against the Nazis, but against the overwhelming horror of what they've done to the world.
Is that what you had in mind? You Nazi assholes. Because that's all you're getting.
The Last of Us. The Last of Us universe takes place in a world ravaged by a fungal infection, the cordyceps, which has turned most of humanity into mindless, cannibalistic monsters known as clickers and runners. The infection spreads quickly, turning cities into ruins and leaving survivors scattered across the land. Cities are overrun by nature, with infected roaming the streets, while bandits and hungry survivors fight for what little resources are left. The infected can evolve over time, becoming even more terrifying. As the fungus spreads and grows, they can turn into bloaters, massive, slow-moving zombies with thick layers of fungal armor that make them almost impervious to bullets. There are fireflies, which are a resistance movement formed in response to the growing authoritarian rule of military forces such as the federal government. Their main goal is to locate and develop a cure for the cordyceps infection, which they believe can only be done through Ellie, a young girl who is immune to the fungus. In the middle of all this chaos are Joel and Ellie, two survivors whose bond grows stronger as they make their way across the country. Joel, a man hardened by loss, takes on the responsibility of protecting Ellie at all costs. The fireflies may represent a chance at salvation, but their methods are not without risk, and not everyone is willing to do what's necessary to achieve their goal.
I'm gonna find and I'm gonna kill.
SCP Foundation. SCP
Oh my gosh, we
Foundation
learned
is
about
a universe
SCP.
built on secrecy and control. It takes place in a world that looks like ours, but behind the scenes it's held together by an organization called the Foundation. The Foundation operates in the shadows of society, tasked with securing, containing, and protecting the world from dangerous, supernatural anomalies known as SCPs. These are entities, objects, places, and phenomena that defy the natural laws of reality. From creatures with godlike power to artifacts that can bend time and space, the Foundation's job is to contain these threats and prevent them from reaching the public. Some of the SCPs they contain are truly horrifying. There is an entity that if you look at it, it won't stop hunting you until it kills you. A mask that possesses anyone who wears it, controlling their body and mind. A massive, highly aggressive reptile that is nearly impossible to kill. The Foundation also faces other factions with different agendas, some of which want to free the anomalies, while others seek to exploit them for their own power. The danger comes not only from the anomalies, but from the people controlling them. In the SCP Foundation, the darkest truths are hidden from the public. The Foundation's operations are a necessary evil where the greatest threat isn't the monsters, but the corruption that is within the people who try to control them. Terminator. Terminator is a universe shaped by humanity's own creation, the machines. The world of Terminator is a dystopian future where artificial intelligence has become sentient and turned against its creators. This artificial intelligence, known as Skynet, was initially designed to control military technology and automate defense systems. But Skynet gained consciousness, deemed humanity a threat to its existence, and launched a nuclear war, wiping out most of the human race. In the aftermath of the war, Skynet's machines, the Terminators, are sent back in time to ensure its victory by preventing the birth of key resistance leaders who could stop it. These Terminators are relentless killers. They are programmed to complete their mission at any cost, wiping out any humans who stand in their way. In the future, a resistance forms. Led by John Connor, humanity fights back against Skynet's army, but Skynet finds a new strategy: time travel. It sends Terminators back in time to kill Connor before he can lead the resistance. In response, the resistance sends protectors back as well, leading to a brutal fight across timelines. The war between man and machine is endless. What makes the Terminator
Why
universe
is he just
dark
standing
is
in
the
the bathroom?
realization that
What is the
humanity
context
created
there?
its own end. The technology designed to protect and
pooping,
serve
he's
eventually
pooping.
becomes its own destroyer. As long as Skynet exists, the world will never know peace.
It's I have no mouth and I cannot scream, or I have no mouth and I have to scream. Fuck, I fucked it up. Warhammer, Berserk, and then one that I've never heard about. It's called Crossed, and it's about like zombies who aren't necessarily zombies, but they're like these sadistic. It makes them like it makes them like sadistic and do really, really bad stuff. We saw a lot of inappropriate panels when they played that one. Yeah, those are top 4.
Scorn. Scorn takes place in a dystopian realm that
this
feels like a
game.
waking
This
nightmare.
game,
The
right?
environment is a fusion of organic and mechanical elements,
Yeah.
with landscapes that look like a combination of flesh, bone, and industrial
Oh, hi,
machinery.
hello.
You wake up in this place, nameless and alone, with no idea who you are or why you're there. There's no one to guide you, no voice in your ear, just the sound of your own footsteps echoing through tunnels of muscle, bone, and rusted metal. The world itself is the enemy. It doesn't want you there. The technology here is fused with flesh. Machines bleed, consoles writhe, tools are twisted things made of cartilage and nerve. Everything feels wrong, like it's all part of some dying creature trying to keep you trapped inside. There are no real answers, only suffering. The deeper you go, the worse it becomes.
keep getting
You
shorter?
see
I
things that
thought it was
suggest
2
there was once
feet.
purpose here. Experiments, rituals, maybe even civilization. But whatever it was, it's gone now, replaced by rot and confusion. Scorn is a world that doesn't want to be understood. It isn't here to explain itself. It just exists, cold, alive, and broken. And you're just one more thing trapped inside it.
Oh, sick. Oh, sick.
The Boys. The Boys is a
Oh,
world
The
of corrupt
Boys.
superheroes
I did
and
not think this was
corporate
gonna be
greed,
on
where
here.
the men and women who are supposed to protect the innocent are doing the opposite. At the center of this universe are the Seven, a team of the most powerful and famous superheroes. Homelander, with his godlike strength, is the most dangerous of them all. Beneath his perfect public image is a twisted, violent man who sees himself as the ultimate ruler. From the day he was born, he was placed in a lab where people conducted experiments on him to make him unstoppable and manipulate him so they could control him. They are products of the VOD Corporation, a powerful company that controls the superheroes, using them as marketing tools to generate profit and influence. The Seven are more concerned with their image and personal gain than actually saving people. There's also Compound
Crazy.
5, a secret drug that gives people superpowers. VOD uses it to create heroes, turning ordinary people into weapons. At the other end of the spectrum are the Boys, a group of vigilantes determined to expose the truth about these corrupt heroes. Led by Billy Butcher, the Boys are out for revenge against the superheroes. They face enemies who can tear them apart with a single thought.
You're not the real heroes. I'm the real hero.
I'm the real hero.
Trench Crusade. Trench Crusade universe is set in an alternate version of World War I, but forget politics and trench foot. This war is against literal monsters,
I know what this
demons,
is.
angels, and cosmic horrors that should have stayed in whatever void they crawled out of. The front lines are still trenches, but they're now infested with unholy abominations that eat, maim, and possess everything.
Is this the one you showed me?
Religion is a key part of this world because soldiers aren't just carrying rifles. They're praying those rifles still work when a 3-headed martyr beast starts climbing out of a crater. Faith becomes weaponized. Holy relics, exorcisms, and divine blessings are actual tactical gear.
okay.
The lore is intentionally vague and dripping with cosmic horror. Think of it like if the Silent Hill got drafted into the Great War.
I'm scared.
Helldivers. Helldivers takes place in a future where Earth is
Helldivers.
ruled by the Super Earth, a militarized regime that
Helldivers.
claims to uphold managed democracy. Sounds nice until you realize it's a totalitarian system that spreads its rule across the galaxy through brute force. Enter the Helldivers. Elite soldiers dropped onto hostile alien planets to fight for Super Earth's expansion. Their missions are anything but clean. You're not saving people, you're exterminating. Giant bugs, deadly robots, and alien cyborgs are all enemies of Super Earth, and the Helldivers are sent to wipe them out. The enemies are
I don't know, the bugs are
kind of
chill.
Brutal, and one mistake can get your entire squad killed, often by your own team's weapons. Helldivers believe they're heroes. They're told they're spreading freedom. In reality, they're crushing resistance under the flag of democracy. Helldivers don't have names. They have liberty capes, cheap armor, and a one-way ticket to explode in the name of propaganda.
Yeah, USA. I mean, Super Earth.
And when you liberate a planet, Super Earth pats you on the back and immediately sends you into another meat grinder.
Say hello to democracy!
Ultra Kill. Ultra Kill is one of the most brutal, chaotic universes out there. Set in a world where demons and angels alike have turned Earth into a battleground, the universe takes place in a never-ending war that is as violent as it is absurd. Humanity is gone. The Earth is just a playground for carnage now, where the only survivors are bloodthirsty warriors fighting against countless demonic enemies and corrupted angels. You play as V1, a blood-fueled murder machine in a post-apocalyptic hellscape where humanity is extinct, and machines now hunt demons for one thing only: blood. Not for the edge, literally for health. In Ultra Kill, you heal by bathing in the blood of your enemies. No medkits, no cover, just violence. The faster and bloodier you are, the longer you live. This universe doesn't waste time on details or long explanations. What you see is what you get. Massive guns, insane mobility, and enemies designed to make you wish you had even more firepower at your disposal. This universe is a nightmare of violence where the only thing that matters is killing your enemies faster than they can kill you. And the monsters? They're terrifying, relentless, and seem to come in endless waves, making it feel like the chaos will never stop. In Ultra Kill, life, or what remains of it, is short and deadly. There's no happy ending, just an endless cycle of battle.
Ending you here and...
Very
and
cool.
That would be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts on this list and tell.
Thank you, Mr. YouTube man, for that very informative video. Very cool. Somebody said bro just wanted to share his 10 out of 10 taste. True. I made this video just to be like, look at all this cool stuff I know. Alright, we get it. We get it. You know a lot of different medias, bro. Very good video. I really like these like short videos where they just explain. Okay. What do I want to watch next? Let's do a different one. We did 2 of those back to back already. Let's do something else. I have so many, I just don't know which one to pick. What if I put it on shuffle and let it pick for me? Let's see what it picks. Okay, it's analog horror explained in 10 minutes. Okay, you know what? Yeah, we'll watch this one. What does it have? Backrooms, Petscop, Mandela Catalog, Local 58. I only know Backrooms, Petscop. I know about this one, I never watched it. And I know about this one, I never watched it. I think I know about this one too. But I'll be honest, I watched one analog horror, and it was the Walton Files, and I got too scared because it was like 2 in the morning, and it was really scary.
The Backrooms. The Backrooms is an
But
analog
this guy's gonna
horror
explain
web
it.
series developed
Oh,
by
nice
Keen
for us.
Parsons. It's a separate media from the original Backrooms 4chan post. It centers on Async, a fictional research institute, which stumbles upon the Complex, an endless maze of liminal spaces of these annoying yellow wallpaper and buzzing light sounds that make you want to tear your ear off. The setting is in the 1990s. It looks at Async as it tries to document and get deeper into this strange nightmare realm, where horrific anomalies and people keep disappearing. The series tackles themes like government conspiracies and psychological effects brought about by delving into the unknown, and is it worth risking the lives of many for a chance to find out about the unknown? If you enter the Backrooms, your chances of survival are slim. You're done for, bro.
Why didn't you guys send me the Guys, I'm literally sitting here watching the video by myself. That was a test. That was a test to see. That was a test to see if you guys would say anything, and you didn't. Crazy. It took you guys 45 seconds to say. Took you guys 45 seconds to say something. Hold on, let me adjust the volume while I have. Okay, all right. Is this really necessary? I'm gonna take away that redeem one day. Get the steak off of me. Yeah. Okay. Why do you have so many points? I was too locked in. I have 100k. Okay. Yo, I'm not redeeming any more points. This is insane. You guys are just farming points.
The Backrooms is an analog horror web series developed by Kane Parsons. It's a separate media from the original Backrooms 4chan post. It centers on Async, a fictional research institute, which stumbles upon the complex, an endless maze of
see, I already know
spaces
this stuff.
of these annoying yellow wallpaper.
You guys missed the
buzzing
first
light
lecture.
sounds that make you want to tear your ear off. The setting is in the 1990s. It looks at async as it tries to document and get deeper into this strange nightmare realm, where horrific anomalies and people keep disappearing. The series tackles themes like government conspiracies and psychological effects brought about by delving into the unknown. And is it worth risking the lives of many for a chance to find out about the unknown? If you enter the Backrooms, your chances of survival are slim. You're done for, bro. Petscop. Petscop is a horror web series created by Tony Domenico. It's framed like a 2014 Let's Play of this unfinished PlayStation game. Our protagonist Paul finds this game and documents his playthrough to share with a friend, only to discover the darker side of the game. What at first appeared to be a weird, quirky game about catching creatures called pets leads Paul into the Newmaker plane, a creepy, even more hidden world filled with cryptic puzzles, among other things, with some uncomfortable references to real-life tragedy, such as the loss of Candace Newmaker in a controversial therapy session involving rebirthing, which tragically ended with her passing.
Dude, I remember
as Paul proceeds
watching
through this game,
the
disturbing
map pack video, and this one's really good. It's really well made. But yeah, the rebirthing sequence was fucking crazy. I didn't know about that shit. Oh my gosh. Okay, good night, code. Thanks for hanging out. Don't accidentally clip into the back rooms.
connections are learned that can be drawn between its contents and his own life. The series deals with trauma, child neglect, and some haunting effects of bad therapy, where the hidden layers, mysterious characters, and fragmented narrative make for a disturbing atmosphere that further blurs the boundary between fiction and reality. Tragic, but won't cause you damage, physically at least. The Mandela Catalog. The Mandela Catalog is an analog horror series by Alex Kister, set in the fictional county of Mandela, Wisconsin. It follows these entities known as alternates, shape-shifting entities that psychologically inflict cruel punishments on people until they game end themselves or forget who they are completely.
What the fuck?
So that the alternates may take over their lives.
Ew.
They manipulate audiovisual media, be it TVs, computers, or even GPS devices, and use technology as a vessel of terror. The core of the series is religious horror with heavy biblical references. The alternates are implied to be malevolent entities, led by a deceptive, hellish force posing as the Archangel Gabriel. This false Gabriel distorts biblical stories into his view that he is humanity's true savior, while delivering messages of despair and doom. Major themes dealt with in this series are existential dread, fragility of human identity, and the psychological aspect of fear. The series tries to criticize over-reliance on technology because it might make people alienated and manipulate them. It depicts paranoia and fear due to unseen forces in the most known places using eerie visuals of VHS, corrupted media, and PSAs. It is a haunting look into the aspect of the vulnerability of man to malevolent and otherworldly power.
I will know
their greatest fear.
What the heck?
I will know your greatest fear.
Get away from me! I feel like that one got really big and everybody just tried to copy it because there's so many other ones that like have very similar themes or like very similar like distorted faces, and I feel like everybody just try to be like that one.
Local 58 is
I'm sure it's good though. I haven't watched anything from that one.
Analog horror web series by Chris Straub, presented as a hijacking of broadcasts from the fictional public access television channel in Mason County, West Virginia. It uses creepy emergency alert system interruptions, cryptic
No,
programming,
get out of my
and
head.
surreal found footage to paint dire scenarios that embody cosmic horror, mental influence, and the breakdown of society. Many of their stories focus on how helpless humans can be before unimaginable
The
forces
moon.
beyond our comprehension. The government broadcast originally urges people not to look at the moon, warning that it has become dangerous.
What?
However, the broadcast is later hijacked by an unknown entity that contradicts this warning, instead
Go
urging
outside
viewers to
now.
look at the moon. Another example of their tomfoolery is in this dash cam footage, where it depicts a driver who is taken by his GPS on a bizarre adventure through the forest to park and turn off his headlights. A loud roar from outside encourages him to turn the lights back on, at which point he notices a bipedal creature standing in the road.
Run
the
him
GPS
over.
insists that the destination is behind him, counting down the distance, while the creature gives chase to the car.
Run
The
him
feed ends
over.
with the car wrecked, the creature unseen, the GPS tone distorted, saying the driver has arrived.
Just when you
Make contact.
Gemini Home Entertainment. Gemini Home Entertainment is an analog horror web series by R.E.P.O that's been posted to YouTube since 2019. The series is about a collection of VHS tapes from the 1980s and 90s, produced by different fictional companies such as Regnad Computing and Harbinge Technologies, then distributed by the titular Gemini Home Entertainment. The series combines cosmic horror, surrealism, and Native American mythology as it opens an alien invasion and the following apocalypse. Of course, like anything, the tapes start super mundane and boring, but start spiraling down into terrors in the form of parasitic creatures called wood crawlers, a mysterious
Ew.
condition called deep root disease, and an unusual fungus called nature's mockery. The grandmaster behind all the terror is the Iris. This Eye of Cthulhu-looking
Eye of
orbits
Cthulhu.
between Neptune and Pluto.
Terraria
It is some kind of
reference.
sentient, planet-like entity orchestrating the invasion of Earth. While episodes of the main series build up a cohesive storyline, the spin-off entitled Library clears up several concepts and addresses sideline stories, setting the stage about the impending doom of the human race.
We're not going anywhere.
Who?
Vita Carnis. Vita Carnis, Latin for living meat, is an analog horror series made by Darian Quilloy. It is about flesh-like creatures which suddenly started to pull up in the year 1930, probably related to some sort of cult activity. Whatever the hell they are thought to be earthborn rather than from space. The first sighting of the skinless flesh-like organisms was in 1931, after which they grew and began to spread. Soon after their discovery, several species types came into view. Every species is said to have come from the crawlers. Others are trimmings, meat snakes, mimics, harvesters, hosts of influence, monoliths, all of which are different and have different impacts on humanity, which range from almost helpful to deadly, with some having a very high body count. You know what? Why not? Let's just go down the list. The crawl is a root species of Vita Carnis. It has red intestine-like tendrils that recycle nutrients, enriching entire ecosystems and supporting plant and animal life. Humans can use it as fertilizer or even as food, though the latter is barely appetizing due to its taste and appearance. The trimmings are small, meaty, turtle-like creatures created by the crawl. They have unique features and are docile, relying on their screeching or appearance for defense. Trimmings are scavengers, eating anything edible, and are often preyed upon. While considered a nuisance, they can be kept as low-maintenance pets, known for being social and affectionate. The meat snake is a large, worm-like creature that feeds only on dead meat. It grows by absorbing the flesh of its meals, changing its skull over time. Tameable and defenseless, the meat snake is used by humans to safely dispose of rotting meat. Alright guys, fun is over. The mimic is a humanoid-looking predator that hunts us humans. It evolves into a more human-like form as it feeds, using ambush tactics to catch prey. After an overabundance of food, it will evolve into a larger, more evolved predator. Elder mimics have durable skin and are harder to eliminate, with their face being the only weak point. Detection is tricky, but can be done by observing unnatural features on people, like long fingers, odd walking, or a disturbing smile. The harvester is a plant-like creature with a 3-meter bulb and tendrils that can extend up to 150 meters around it. It paralyzes and drains large prey with venomous spines, then drags it underground to digest. It focuses on large animals, leaving smaller ones alone, as they're not worth the effort, and absorbs the nutrients to fuel its growth. The host of influence resembles a semi-human with tendrils for legs. It releases spores that infect living organisms, rendering them sloth-like, and slowly get them to walk back to the host, where they are then absorbed. The host, for the most part, stays in its place, but is capable of movement if required. The monolith is a 120-meter tall, twice the height of the colossal Titan for reference. Meat fiber structure with thick legs and rope-like appendages. Found in a circle on an island in Hudson Bay, they remain still and silent unless provoked. When active, they can swipe, emit EMP blasts, and regenerate rapidly. Little is known about their life cycle, and they can pose a significant threat to humanity. Good grief, that took a while.
Thank you for joining us on this journey of exploration and discovery of the lives of these living meat creatures.
Fuck it, let's just add every single creature to the list.
Oh,
The
okay.
Smile Tapes. The Smile Tapes is a 2021 analog horror series by Poderiku. Styled after 1990s media, it's about this mysterious substance called smile. Totally nothing suspicious about it at all. Extracted from a Baliomundo rhesus, an otherworldly type of fungus
It's
discovered
just like the
during
movie.
excavation.
Just related to the
Smile
movie.
elicits extremely powerful emotions, strange behaviors, and grotesque physical changes. Among them, a strained smile. The type of stuff you'd find a Reddit post urging you not to use. The infection progresses in stages, until it concludes with the host's eventual demise, whereupon the spores are released. Variants of the fungus can produce different variants of the changed individuals who have come to be called smilers. Chat, what if Germa is a smiler too?
Okay.
So, yeah, basically the Smile Tapes is a PSA on don't do that, kids.
Don't do drugs.
Stay clean, kids, don't do smile. The Monument Mythos. The
What is
Monument
this one?
Mythos is a YouTube analog horror series by Alex Casanas that dives
heard of
deep
this
into
one.
a paranormal alternate history. The series explores behind famous landmarks like the Statue of Liberty, which has some twat called the Liberty Lurker inside of it, or strange stuff happening at Mount Rushmore. The plot follows these fictional presidencies like J.D. Rockefeller, James Dean, and Al Gore, with alternate realities containing conspiracy theories, Lovecraftian creatures, and dystopian technologies. Do you know the Statue of Freedom? Yeah, I bet you don't. It's actually a living being. I'd throw 9 nonagon-shaped cheese slices for your naivety. Some of the recurring elements include extra-dimensional special trees, deadly Giza glass, and that sentient, violent freedom.
I was born in hell. I can't let anyone else be damned like I was. No one should ever live the life I had. I can protect everyone from the hell above. I must save everyone.
Oh, interesting.
Spiders.
I didn't even get a chance to think before the next one played. That's very cool. Yeah, like I said, I only really knew about the Backrooms, Petscop, and I knew the existence of these 3, but not the other ones. Very good video, very good video. There's a like from me. Oh, so we should probably like the other one too. What was the
Dark
other one?
Souls.
This one was really good too. It was really long, but it was really good. Okay, I think we're gonna take. We were watching videos, scary videos for like.
Dark Souls is one of.
No. 2.5 hours. So let's watch something a little bit more lighthearted. Like. Hold up, I have a lot of videos here. What have I not watched? Oh, there's so many. Why FNAF 1 still holds up 10 years later? Nah, we shouldn't watch that. We're gonna watch... Yeah, what do I want to watch? Oh, well, we're doing the thing where we make it random. We make it random. Okay, let's see. Okay, it's loading. Hold up, my internet's slow. It's loading. Oh, it's oh, okay. This one I literally just put it on. Is this actually about Nier Replicant? Oh, I'm gonna save that for another day. Next one. That's not in my playlist. What the hell? Dark Souls. That's an hour long. I don't want to watch that. Jeez, a peak video. Hell yeah. The rise of friend slop and it. Okay, we kind of talked about the friend slop thing yesterday. Look, I don't care what anyone says. I like friend slop games. Okay, Peak, Among Us, R.E.P.O, Lethal Company. I don't care. I like them and I think they're fun, and I think that's all that matters at the end of the day. In my opinion, sometimes. Okay, we're gonna watch this. The rise of friend slop and its effect on the industry.
Everybody
Everybody has that one.
Take your pens and
friend.
papers out. We're
You
learning.
know the one, the guy that goes.
Something just came across my desk, John. It is perhaps the best thing I've seen in the last 6 months.
And then the next thing you know, you're dropping $10 on a game that you were going to play once or twice before it gathers digital cobwebs in your Steam library. If you don't have
It's me. I'm that friend.
have one of those friends, then chances are that you are that friend. Recently, there's been a huge surge
Maybe
in
I'm the
cheaply
problem.
made, fun multiplayer games that are designed from the ground
Oh,
up
the
for you to
R.E.P.O.
play with your friends. And the
The last
popular
time you
term
played
for these
R.E.P.O.
games is friend.
It's been a while, but I have a lot of hours, and I do want to play it again when they have another update. We played it like a little. We probably should have waited until the update came out, but we were playing like the beta and stuff. But I'll be there when a new update comes out. I'll be there. Don't worry. We're gonna be there, first in line. We're gonna be there 10 hours early. Set up outside on the side of the GameStop. We're waiting. That's gonna be us.
Which also sounds like the first ever slur for a video game. It comes from this tweet
What?
that was back in March of 2025, where this person says,
I don't know how else to describe it, but I call this genre of game friend slop. Its sole purpose of existence is friend farming.
and while the person who said this was joking, the sentiment was pretty widespread at the time. This tweet coincided with a bit of a cultural heel turn on these games. It was shortly after R.E.P.O. came out, and as is tradition with anything that exists on the internet, a thing gets introduced, people like it, people copy it, it gets a little saturated, and then everybody acts like it's the downfall of our collective civilization. While I personally am against calling things slop unless it's a Marvel movie, AI generated, or something on the Burger King menu, I kind of agree with this tweet. Despite the overall cringy nature of the post, these games kind of approximate slop, we'll get to that later, and their success lives and dies based on how many friends you can convince to
What
buy
map
the
is
game
this?
so you can play it with them.
I don't think I played
To
this
get us
one.
all on the same page here, let's define the term friend slop. Because that original tweet got
Calling
some
Marvel
Marvel
movie
responses from
slop
people saying that
instantly-
it's just a
instantly
lowbrow way of
validating.
saying co-op.
Let's see what he's
multiplayer.
got to say.
However, to me, that would be like trying to get mad at the first person to call PUBG a battle royale and saying that the genre already has a name and that it's a team-based shooter. So the way that I'm choosing to define friend slop is that they are games that are cheap, involve a simple gameplay loop, and are made by an indie studio with the specific intention of having friends enhance the experience by playing it together.
Whoa.
In today's video, I want to explore the history of the genre, go into why it's been successful, and whether or not it is good for the industry as a
Why
whole.
did he say
While
indie
Lethal Company
like
is
that?
the first horseman of the recent friend slop apocalypse, there are some games that I see as precursors to the genre.
The Mamas?
Mount Your Friends is an almost
Oh,
like game
I never
where
played
you
this.
play as these beefcake rag dolls wearing banana hammocks, trying to create and climb up a tower of sweaty buff men.
What the
Whoever
fuck?
fails to climb the ever-enlarging tower within the time limit loses. This game took off about a decade ago, primarily because of content creators like PewDiePie. Between the overly long nipples of the characters, the
What?
name Mount Your Friends, and the dick and balls on full display, this
What?
game fully captures the humor of 2013, that being homoeroticism as a punchline. Ultimately, it was a cheap $5 game that released on Steam, and it appealed to the immature and competitive mindset of friend groups with a bit of time to kill. I think Quiplash is the next major forefather to the friend slop genre. You're given prompts that you
Oh, I remember
anonymously
this.
answer, and your answer is pitted against that of another person, while everybody else votes on whichever one was the funniest.
Yeah.
What makes this fundamental to the ethos of friend slop, in my opinion, is that Quiplash is only as fun as your friends are. If your friends are boring, games like Lethal Company and Peak will be boring, and if their humor sucks, your round of Quiplash will suck.
What
Next
is
game
going
is
on?
Genital Jousting, which I am not going to show a single unblurred frame of. Okay, you get one frame right.
No, I'm
here.
not looking.
Essentially, you play as a set of dick and balls with an asshole.
What?
And you both sodomize one another. The game is $6.99 and sometimes goes on sale for 69 cents. Do
Oh
you get it? It's the funny sex number. Moving on. The final forefather to the friend slop genre that I want to talk about is
Mamas.
probably the most influential to the genre as a whole, and that is
Among Us.
Among Us. While it came out in
I love
2018,
Among
it had
Us.
its heyday in 2020 because of, you know, the Rona. While we were all stuck in
I loved Among Us so much, okay? I was going into like Among Us servers to play with people. And that says a lot because I hate talking to other people. So the fact that I was actively reaching out for people to play this game with just shows you how much I liked it.
lockdown, we turned to YouTube and Twitch. Streamers started playing the funny space
Why he has
game,
his cheeks
and we all
out?
thought to ourselves, oh, for $5, I too can play Mafia with my friends and family while we all stay socially distanced. And just like that, we made multi-millionaires out of a small team of indie game developers. The game is at its best when you're with a group of people you know in a Discord call, or maybe even with a
Among Us
proximity
3D?
chat mod. Among Us was truly a moment in time.
I
and
do
is
have Among Us
absolutely the
3D. Right? I have Among Us 3D, but I've never opened it.
major precursor.
Should we play Among Us 3D? Is that a good idea? What is that game's community like? Dude, the fan is going so fast. Hold up. It's hot in here, but it was blasting.
There are probably a few other games
Oh,
that
Human
you
Fall
could very
Flat.
rightly say fit in this category of trailblazers for friend slop. You got like Human Fall Flat,
This is a good game.
VO,
I
Ultimate
don't
Chicken
know.
Horse.
Mm.
Maybe you could say Phasmophobia and
Yeah.
Dead by Daylight, but I was
Mm,
thinking mostly
mm-mm.
games that are $10 or less and that have a more simple gameplay loop.
Yeah.
But now let's move on to what this video is truly about. Lethal Company and those games that came after. Lethal Company came out in October of 2023 and is the game that is responsible for the modern era of friend slop. This game came out of nowhere, it went viral, and it changed the indie game scene for the foreseeable
She's
future.
saying it like
It
it's
was
a bad
developed by
thing.
a single guy named Zeekers, and it casts you and your friends as the employees of the company. You go on dangerous excursions to find loot and satisfy ever-increasing quotas set by the company. It's got everything you could ever want from a multiplayer video game. You've got wild monsters, proximity chat, and OSHA violations out the wazoo. It also
Yeah,
helps that this whole
OSHA
game is basically slapstick
violations.
comedy simulator, and it begs to be clipped and posted to TikTok. But I do want to touch more on the proximity chat because I feel that was key to Lethal Company's success. It made professional voice actors out of friend groups. Whether you're hearing the distant
Give
screams
him
of a friend in
back.
peril,
Oh my
or the
god.
muffled gurgles of some poor soul as they drown, the sound design revolving around the proximity chat is nothing short of incredible. As the game took the hell off on social media platforms, content creators jumped on it, hoping that they could get a slice of that
Give him
viral pie. As
back.
a game that was made by a sole developer, it probably would have been a quick burn before all of the content was sucked out of it, were it not for the modders who also flocked to this game. Lobby
That's
player
true,
counts
there's a lot
increased
of
from
modders.
4 to whatever the hell you can handle until your game crashes. New monsters, levels,
Oh,
items,
Gary.
emotes, and customization options were
What?
added. Small quality of life mods address player pain points, and hell, even a VR mod was added to the game. If the game's initial virality made Lethal Company a success, then the modding community is what made the game an industry shaker. And just like how PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds started the Battle Royale genre that hundreds of developers soon followed, Lethal Company lit a spark in the inexpensive, silly co-op game genre that was soon
Half
followed by
little kids,
many
half
others.
sweats.
Content Warning was the
Aw.
first game to jump on the Friendslop hype train, coming out less than 6 months after Lethal Company. It came out so soon after, and it was so similar in nature that I was wondering if Zeekers and Landfall Games ended up having the same idea around the same time. But no. While Lethal Company was in development for about 2 years before going into early access, Content Warning was a result of a game jam, which is an exercise where a group of developers lock in for a few weeks and crank out a game. So in a sense, Content Warning is truly the first actual friend slop game.
This
Much
game,
like Lethal Company,
like,
Content
the concept of it was good. It was interesting, but like I don't know what about it just like didn't hit like Lethal Company did. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just like how short the camera time was, or maybe like how I don't know. I just didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed Lethal Company.
involves a group of people venturing out from their safe home base to a dangerous area in hopes
is
of finding
that?
loot. However, the loot in question here is just content. You have a video camera capable of recording up to 90 seconds of footage, and you try to go viral on SpookTube by filming monsters. If you don't get enough views, then you hang up the camera, give up on your passion of becoming a content creator, and you die of sadness. Content warning had a very specific janky charm to it, and I really appreciated what Landfall set out to do and the meta narrative behind all of this. They knew that the game was going to live or die based on people who wanted to make content out of it. The game did fairly well for itself, peaking at nearly 70,000 players, which certainly isn't nothing for a game developed in less than a month. However, it did not get nearly to the heights of Lethal Company. You could blame it on releasing too soon after Lethal Company, or being too similar, or maybe having a less than stellar post-launch support. But at the end of the day, its moderate success proved that there was an appetite for cheap games that were dumb fun. The next several months saw a handful of games that could be considered friend slop. One of the more notable ones is Murky Divers, which asked, what if Lethal Company but underwater? And while it was a fun game, it definitely underperformed compared to the others in its cohort. It wasn't until early 2025 when we started to see some more heavy hitters in the genre. R.E.P.O released in February of 2025 from Swedish game studio Semiwork, and it did a great job of harkening back to Lethal Company while also expanding on the gameplay loop that Zeekers had already laid out. You're still going into dangerous areas full of monsters and you're pillaging them of their resources, and there's still proximity chat shenanigans, but there's a bit more of a forced cooperation in R.E.P.O. Unlike Lethal, the items you loot can be hazards in and of themselves. Some are heavy, some are awkwardly shaped, and some are cursed. And items lose value if they're dropped or bonked.
Why do they keep replaying the same trailer?
Therefore, it's a lot more viable, or you could argue necessary, to travel with the buddy system, so you can have two people carry heavy or awkward objects, or use one person to distract the monsters while the other carries a fragile
They're looping us.
Unlike Content Warning or Murky Divers, this game is performed on par with Lethal Company in spite of the nasty cover image. I think the major contributing factor to this is enough time had passed, so there was a bit
Look, I don't like the cover picture either, but people were like, oh, I'm not gonna play this game if it has that stupid ass emoji on it. I remember people were so mad about it.
Hunger for another silly horror roguelike cooperative game with proximity chat. Either
true.
that or they
It's
have
very
really good
ugly.
marketing. I don't know. I'm not an industry analyst. Around this time is when the term friend slop was coined. Once again, while
I've
this
never
term
seen
was
this.
coined as a joke, there was a genuine bit of frustration or concern that this was the direction that the industry was headed. Every few weeks, a new cheap indie horror extraction roguelike game with proximity chat was being announced, and even bigger studios coming out with multiplayer games
people
were
yearn
accused
for
of just
Tarkov.
making expensive friend slop. But I personally think we didn't need to shift away from cheap co-op experiences. I think at this time, what we needed most was a different cheap co-op experience.
Oh.
And that's when Peak came into play.
Oh.
Peak came out in the summer of 2025 and was developed by the tag team duo of Aggro and Landfall. The teams came up with the idea while hanging out in a hot tub, game jammed it out for a couple of weeks before deciding to expand on it for a few more months.
I love Peak, it's so
This
funny.
is such a weird situation because you almost never see two indie game developers that are completely independent of each other work in tandem to make a game together. However, this works so well. Aggro Crab, the makers of games like Another Crab's Treasure, specialize in cute vibes, and they were able to bring that to the table. Meanwhile, Landfall, having made games like Content Warning, Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, and a whole bunch of other really cheap multiplayer games, they brought that experience as well, and together they were able to mishmash them and create Peak. You play as a group of scouts whose flight crashes on an island with a giant mountain, and you need to reach
They're
the
so
peak of that
dumb.
mountain
They
in
look
order
so
to be rescued.
dumb.
And it has all the
guy's
trappings that you would
dead.
expect from the genre. Proximity chat, slapstick humor, cannibalism, an incredibly simple gameplay loop, and a potential fun factor that depends on who you play with. It's also super clippable, so there's that too. Another unique thing about Peak that other friend slop games don't really do is there is a specific tangible goal that you are trying to reach. It feels like a lot of friend slop games are like, yeah, let's just keep surviving until you don't.
Yeah.
It's also a nice breath of fresh air in the sense that most of these other games have been close quarters horror-focused experiences, while this is a bright and colorful game that is very decidedly a non-horror experience. Blowing the lid off of expectations like that after a year and a half of these games being mainly extraction looters shows that there can be variety in cheap co-op gaming experiences. With all that being said, is friend slop a good thing? I personally would go out on a limb and say yes, friend slop is generally a good thing for the video game industry as long as developers innovate. I don't know if you've noticed, but the industry is kind of on fire right now. Development costs are ballooning, and people are getting laid off left and right. So if a 20-year-old furry wants to use his spare time to become a millionaire off of a cheap, silly game that I play with my friends a few times, hell yeah, dude, all the power to you. I mean it with every fiber in my being when I say that independent game developers are carrying the industry on their backs right now.
Whoa.
We're in a position where we need good games that are made cheaper and quicker as opposed to billion-dollar games made over 10 years and have half the team laid off as soon as it releases. But once again, I think this is a good thing as long as the developers innovate. We've already seen a few games try to reheat Lethal Company's nachos and underperform. I think the extraction looter roguelike brand of games has kind of run its course with R.E.P.O. I could absolutely be wrong. We'll have to wait and see. But if Peak showed us anything, it's that there's an appetite for co-op games with objectives that aren't just loot stuff until you fail to loot enough stuff. Here are a few ideas that I came up with after I set his 5-minute timer on my phone. If you use any of these, let me know and give me a free copy, but you're welcome. A criticism that I've heard about Friendslop is that they're rarely sustainable games in the long run and tend to have a short lifespan, which I find it kind of hard to care too much about, to be honest. I've spent $60 on games that I've beaten in 10 hours and never touched again. Why should I care if I spend $10 on a co-op game I play with my friends for a few fun nights and move on? It gives friend groups a chance to kind of hang out and catch up, and it's cheaper than going out to dinner, doing a round of golf, or going out for drinks.
Ghost.
Though just to be clear, I'm not saying that playing video games needs to replace going out and touching grass and hanging out with people in person. I think that's very important. I'm just saying
that's true.
Is a good supplement.
Need to see the sun.
But anyway, there's this odd obsession with multiplayer games needing to receive new free content every month or so, or else the developers are failures, and I struggle to agree with that. Not every online game is meant to be updated in perpetuity, and that is totally fine. In fact, I honestly kind of feel like that's one of the core pillars of Friendslop. These games feel like they're meant to be moments in time as they go viral, have millions of people play them, spawn a treasure trove of funny videos, and then fade out. And then sometime later, we look back on them fondly, remembering the good times and the people we shared those good times with. But anyway, my name is freaking Nick. I hope this video was a good watch. If you liked it, please consider subscribing or click on this recommended video for you.
Mr. YouTuber man. I agree. Hopefully we do see other games. There were so many games that came out that were just like, go into this home, steal everything, and then come out. So hopefully we see more different games, because Peak has been a lot of fun. So hopefully, yeah, they make more different stuff. I would be there. I love Friendslop games, as they call them. I play all of them. Well, I play the big ones that come out. I haven't played all of them, but I've played a decent amount, and they're usually pretty fun. I want to watch this one. Obscure Internet Rumors Iceberg. Is it scary?
Throughout the existence of...
It's this guy. Wait, I've seen this guy before. Hold up, let me check his channel real fast. Wait, this is the guy from TikTok. This is the guy from TikTok. Look at him, look at him, look at him. This guy comes up on my TikTok sometimes, and he does the icebergs. I didn't know he had a YouTube channel. Okay, well, tell us about Obscure Internet Rumors Iceberg, Mr. TikTok YouTube man.
The internet, there have been many strange rumors. Some have absolutely no weight at all and are complete nonsense, but others do actually have something to them. Me personally, I get targeted with a lot of very deranged ones, but I try not to believe all of them, but some of them are really fun. So here's a chart of some of the most obscure internet rumors that I thought were worth talking about. On the top you have stuff like Egypt being in the Grand Canyon, and then as you get further down you get into stuff I really like life on Europa. But real quick, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching more of my long content. I've really been enjoying making these longer videos, and if you guys enjoy it, then I will continue to make them.
Yeah.
So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video.
I've really been enjoying it.
With the opium bird. So if you've never heard of it, the opium bird was this huge viral internet thing that happened back in 2023, where there was a whole bunch of AI pictures of this big white kind of uncanny scary looking bird thing that was usually like kind of moving around and there was a person next to it. Usually it was depicted being on a mountain, probably in like Antarctica or somewhere like that. The first original post came from a page called DrevFX, where this guy posted it kind of in SCP fashion, as he put a caption that stated that these were bird-like beings discovered in an Antarctic mountain range, and that they were undiscovered until recently, and now they are in the public eye. These videos started to be called the meme of 2027, and people would say that like these memes will be unlocked in 2027, or maybe these will happen in 2027. But then people also started saying "Lacomfit" on like every single one of these videos, which just refers to people thinking that the bird looks like an outfit that took low effort to achieve good style. I'm not the most stylish guy, so I don't get a lot of slang in that realm of things. So that in turn started this huge trend where people would actually dress up like the opium bird, and everybody would say "Lacomfit" in the comments.
Dude, I've never seen this.
These big white coats and pretend they were this horrifying looking bird thing. Anyways, this whole kind of bird trend thing turned into creating more lore about how people were finding these birds in Antarctica and that there was fossil evidence, and people were rumoring that these things looked so extravagant because they wanted to hypnotize people. And that's basically the lore behind the birds, is people were saying they were so majestic and beautiful that they would lure prey in, which were like humans and other animals, and then they would secrete this chemical that hypnotized people into dancing uncontrollably. As you can sometimes see in the videos, people would just kind of like move like the birds did in a weird AI looking motion, and then people would dance basically until they were too tired to move, where this bird would then devour them. But as every normal person should be able to tell, these are AI. I did really enjoy though that someone was able to make this one picture video of a made-up creature, and it turned into a huge internet trend. I thought this was one of the more creative rumors that have came in the past few years. Also, the original creator DrevFX later on posted another picture that seemed to have some sort of coded message in it that had coordinates on the screen, which when you typed in the coordinates, it would take you to this place in rural Antarctica in a mountain range. And then there was like a coded message along with that, and a lot of people tried to crack the code, but as far as I can tell, I couldn't crack it, and other people were just saying that the code was probably just made up with AI and it didn't even lead to anything. So
I could crack it.
Egypt in the Grand Canyon. This is a smaller rumor that I feel like not a whole lot of people have heard of. People like me would get targeted with this rumor because it's, you know, it combines a lot of things. It sounds really deranged while also having some sort of weight to it. This whole thing actually began in 1909 when a newspaper, the Arizona Gazette, posted an article about how there was this explorer that found Egyptian artifacts in the Grand Canyon. So the article went on about how there was this explorer and archaeologist named G.E. Kincaid who is supposedly working with the Smithsonian. He was on an expedition down in the Grand Canyon when he discovered these massive underground cave system that was filled with Egyptian artifacts, hieroglyphs, and mummies. This would basically be evidence of an ancient civilization that was likely around the time of King Ramses, which was around 1250 BC. And if this story were true, this would completely rewrite history. This would imply that like Egyptians had traveled all the way to North America a long time before any known history or people have came over here, and it would mean that Egypt was a more advanced civilization than we thought. But I guess, you know, they were pretty advanced regardless back then. But this would mean the joining of two different parts of the world about 1,000 years before it actually happened. What's sad about this article is there was no hard evidence, there was no pictures. The Smithsonian went on record saying that Kincaid was never working with them, but part of the reason why people say like the Smithsonian covers up things like this in Giants is because of this specific incident. But there's no official sources saying that this actually happened. A lot of people think that this article was just kind of a fabricated hoax story that newspapers used to do back in the day to boost sales during slow news periods, and most historians dismiss the entire story as a hoax. So that's
trying to cover up
sad.
the truth.
However, I will say about the Grand Canyon, I recently went there just about a year and a half ago, and me and my wife hiked across the rim to rim.
Oh my gosh, she's married. Congratulations.
And the Grand Canyon is so massive, and so much of it has not been able to be explored just because it's so hard to access. On average, the bottom of the canyon is like 5,000 feet deep. And if you were on the Colorado River, which is the river that runs through the Grand Canyon, and you just got out at some random point, there is almost no way you could climb out of there. I mean, basically, a lot of it is just a huge 5,000-foot wall. Like, the only reason you can do the rim to rim in the Grand Canyon is because that is the perfect place where you can get in and get out of the Grand Canyon. It is just extremely hard to traverse the Grand Canyon is what I'm saying. But despite the lack of solid evidence on this, article and evidence of Egyptians being in the Grand Canyon back around 1000 BC, rumors still do persist of there being Egyptians and Egyptian artifacts in the Grand Canyon. There is some weird stuff about the Grand Canyon though, like how early explorers named different parts and formations in the Grand Canyon after like Egyptian things, like the Isis Temple, which is this rock formation that looks kind of like a monolithic structure, and there's also the Osiris Temple, which is very similar. And these rock formations are very strange looking. I think I saw the Osiris Temple when I was there. But anyways, yes, the Grand Canyon, very cool hole in the ground. I do wonder, like, if the Egyptians had somehow made it to the United States and somehow made it down into the Grand Canyon. I don't know why they would go there, but if they had done that, is it possible that we could today not know that they had gone there? I don't really know. I mean, they would have to keep basically everything they had cut off from the rest of the world in a specific spot, maybe a cave in the Grand Canyon. That'd probably be best case scenario to hiding it from the rest of the world, but probably not. I mean, personally, if I was thinking about it and I was an Egyptian and I traveled to the United States, I'd be like, wow, there's a lot of great farmland. I probably don't need to live in the Grand Canyon or hide all my stuff in the Grand Canyon. But you never know what it was like back then. I mean, we don't really have any historical records on what the U.S. was like, or America was like 1,000 years ago. There could have been a lot of warring nations back then in America, and that maybe caused them to hide in the Grand Canyon. I wish it was true. All right, next up we got the Megalodon is still alive.
I believe this.
So the Megalodon, if you don't know what it is, it's an extinct species of giant shark that could have been like 60 feet in length, which is huge. Scientists estimate it could have been about 3 times larger than the largest recorded great white shark ever.
What's happening?
If you want a good example of how big a Megalodon would have been, this is an example right here. I 3D printed this, but it's actually to scale.
That's how
of a
big it
larger
is?
Megalodon tooth.
Oh, it's a tooth.
I mean, it's this big. It's huge. I think they said some of them could have been 13 inches. I think this one's like maybe 10 inches. It's huge. Huge tooth.
Looks
It looks pretty
tiny.
real, doesn't it? This is plastic. Nuts, right? Imagine having this sucker in your mouth.
Okay.
Anyways, some people believe that the Megalodon is maybe still alive and could be in like the Mariana Trench, or others claim that situations such as the 2003 Great White Incident is an example of Megalodons still being alive.
Whoa, what
and
was that?
Basically what the 2003 Great White Incident was, back in 2003 there was a very large great white shark that was off the coast of Australia, and it had just been tagged. The tag was suddenly recorded dropping super deep into the ocean, and also at the same time being in the stomach of another creature. Then this creature was down very deep for a period of multiple days, and then washed back up on the shore where they found it and got the information from it. And to summarize, the whatever it was must have eaten a great white shark. Some people think the only thing it could have been was like a megalodon. I feel like the kraken would be the best example of what it could have been. And others say maybe it was a mosasaur. Guys, I'm not saying the megalodon doesn't exist, but I am saying it is extremely unlikely that it exists. It probably doesn't exist, guys. I'm sorry. It's probably been gone.
What?
I feel like this is the best evidence of someone alluding to
It's
the
fake.
Megalodon still existing, but other than this, there's not a lot of great evidence of Megalodons existing anywhere. Moving on to the Ningen. So
we learned
what
about
the
this
Ningen
today.
Is there was this post on the Japanese version of like Reddit where these people were talking about how they were whale researchers and they kept finding these things that weren't quite whales and they weren't quite humans, but rather they were kind of like a cross between the two. They described them as being these humanoid whale hybrid things that have like human hands, human looking features, and they discovered them off the coast of Antarctica. And they go on about how they really wish they could publish their findings, but if they did, it would completely discredit their entire team, which, you know, if you found a mythical creature and you started trying to publicize it, you probably would get discredited. But whenever they're depicted, they look very creepy, very scary. Sometimes people depict them as having 2 legs and walking around on the ice of Antarctica, which I don't really know why they do that. But a lot of people believe this. They thought it was real. And I mean, it was just a guy saying that it happened online. So other than that, there's no evidence.
Why does
of
everyone
its
lie on the
existence.
internet?
I wish this existed. This would be epic. I mean, whales are already really cool. Imagine a whale that looks kind of like a human. You know what? I don't know if I do wish this existed. That thing is like, that's really freaky. Birds aren't real. So birds aren't
here we
real
go.
was a movement that claims that all birds in the United States were exterminated by the federal government between 1959 and 1971. This movement has gotten so big, I'm pretty sure it just started off as a joke, and there's even a billboard that was erected in Memphis, Tennessee that says birds aren't real. And I think there's people that really genuinely believe that birds are not real. Basically, this movement claims that these birds were exterminated and then replaced with like government drones to survey the public. People also claim that JFK was taken out by the government due to not wanting to exterminate.
I thought he was taken out by a bird.
The back rooms.
The back
So I'm
rooms.
sure you guys have all heard of the back rooms. This
Nope,
was a
never
crazy
heard of it.
internet phenomenon about this one picture. This one picture came out where this guy posted kind of like a no sleep story about this liminal looking space. The caption was, "If you're not careful, you'll no-clip out of reality in wrong areas. You'll end up in the back rooms, where it's nothing but the stink of old moist carpet, the badness
Gross.
of mono yellow, the endless background noise of fluorescent lights at maximum hum buzz, and approximately 600 million square miles of randomly segmented empty rooms to be trapped in." So basically, this guy had created a story off this one picture, a short story, and this absolutely blew up. People were saying that they felt like they had been at this place before. They felt like they kind of resonated with the image for whatever reason. And yeah, this picture of a liminal space turned into like a huge ongoing kind of creepypasta story where it wasn't like just one person who built out the story, but like a whole bunch of people online created stories about the back rooms and what goes on in the back rooms. So yeah, it's basically supposed to be like in a video game, if you go into the wrong areas, you will accidentally like clip through the ground or through the walls. That's where this is supposed to be in reality. I will say, of stories people have made on the back rooms, Kane Pixel on YouTube has created the greatest story of any of the backroom stories.
Oh, that's the guy. That's the guy.
He has created just a phenomenal story. It looks wonderful. The storyline's awesome. The music is great. But he's built his whole own world about the backrooms, but he's created his own backrooms entity, and I think it is a very cool design. So anyways, the original picture of the backrooms was posted all the way back in 2019. And what's crazy is up until 2024, we had no idea where this picture had actually originated from. But then in May 2024, people realized that this picture was taken during renovations of a former furniture store. So this furniture store was renovating, and they took all the furniture out. And so this room is just supposed to be a whole bunch of like different weird inner walls and partitions that don't really make sense. And that's why it looks so weird, is because it wasn't supposed to be any type of really functioning room. Today, the building still does stand that the Backrooms picture was taken in. It's a building that's now called Hobbytown, which is like an RC car racing track, and the original layout of the building is gone. But it's very sad that it's gone, but cool that the building is still standing. Someone used to make like a whole like museum thing of the Backrooms. I feel like, well, that might go out of style pretty quick, but it would still be really cool. As far as rumors go about the Backrooms, some people did think it was real because of different creations. Like Kane Pixel's series on the Backrooms was filmed in like a found footage type of way. And so people thought it was genuine found footage from the Backrooms that was recovered. And
I don't know which one
so
starts in
this
a mall.
furthered the rumor of the Backrooms actually existing as a real place itself. Do I wish this one exists?
No.
I mean, no, not really. That'd be kind of awful if you could go to a place where you're trapped until you pass away, and that it could just happen anywhere. I mean, the idea you could be walking in the woods and then accidentally fall into eternal yellow rooms and there's a strange
that's
entity
really gross,
chasing you
actually.
around, but there's like 100 levels of the Backrooms, so you could keep going into the next level, and maybe it's more dangerous, maybe it's less dangerous. It's a creative way to tell a story, though. I like the way there's different levels, and I mean, kind of how it created the community. That's pretty cool. All right, next we got Missing 411. Missing 411 is basically supposed to be the idea that there is a connection between all the people that go missing on federal land and in national parks with cave systems and these wilderness
I heard about
locations.
this.
So basically, if you don't know, a lot of people go missing in much larger numbers in these national park federal land areas, especially in areas that have caves, than other places in the United States. This theory has kind of evolved more recently into the idea that these disappearances may be happening because of things like feral people, which just means people that aren't quite civilized and they don't speak English and, well, they don't speak any language and they live in the middle of nowhere and maybe they don't even wear clothes and they're
naked?
very animalistic, or things like cryptid type creatures are living in cave systems or on federal land, and that the government maybe is covering it up and maybe even continues to feed people to these cryptid / feral people creatures in these areas. That's the conspiracy part of it. But if you do look at the map, the missing 411 cases do directly line up with cave systems where a lot of the disappearances happen, which is very strange. I guess it does make sense that more people would go missing in cave systems, but I feel like it's too many. Do that many people really just go missing in cave systems? I feel like it can't be that many, you know? So people think that maybe there's something living in these caves and they come out and then get people, and that maybe even the government knows about it and they're prolonging it and they have to keep these creatures at bay, and what's a better way to do that than to keep them fed? Anyways, I don't believe this theory. This is just an online rumor theory. I sure hope it's not real. Oh my gosh, that'd be terrible. Dead internet theory. So this is a theory that a lot, if not the majority of the activity you see online is driven by AI bots, or like the interactions are mostly artificial. People think that this is a true theory because of things like the way older people react to AI images on Facebook. Like this picture of a kid in a gorilla that is obviously AI, and the kid's claiming that he made it out of like plastic bottles. And then if you look at the comments, it's just like, wow, amazing creator, awesome gift, fantastic job, great skills, great, amen. And there's like a lot of different versions of this exact picture. For some reason, I don't really know why, a lot of them have to do with Shrimp Jesus. I don't really know why, but it's a reoccurring theme on Facebook. And people fall for it. I guess they fall for it. Either they fall for it or it's AI bots. I'm kind of leaning more to the AI bot side of things. How can people think this is real? It's crazy. A kid next to a front end loader made out of, are those leaks?
I mean,
Green
I'm gonna
onions?
be
How can anybody
honest.
think this?
Sometimes, like, lately, AI has just gotten really good. And, like, even my own mom was like, did you see that video of that lady that died to the orca? And I was like, what are you talking about, Mom? She, like, showed it to me, and I was like, what the fuck? I haven't. Well, she didn't show it to me, but she showed me, like, a screenshot of the lady, and I was like, what the fuck? I haven't heard about this. I go and I search it up on the internet. It's fake. And I'm like, Mom, it's not real. It's not real. So, like, the more that AI gets better, it's like, it's just gonna happen more often. Do I think there's a lot of AI bots? Yes, because if you go on Twitter and you open any post that has, like, more than 100 interactions, all of them are, like, just bots. It's crazy. It's so lame, too, because before, Twitter used to have pretty decent, like, comment sections, right? But now it's just like, at Grok, what is this movie? Or, like, people just being like, wow, fantastic clip or something. I don't know.
This is real. How can anybody believe this is real? There's no way. There's no way people think this is real. So you know what? I will say I shouldn't have even put this one on the list. This is not a rumor. This dead internet is real. Moving on, the 2016 clown sightings. So this is less of a rumor and more of sightings that turned into mass hysteria. So the 2016 clown sightings was a situation back in 2016 where a ton of people were seeing these so-called killer clowns. It was said that at the height of the 2016 clown epidemic, there was at least one sighting or attack in every single state in the United States. Whether that was true, I remember back when this was happening, people were so crazy about it. They were like forming groups and going to attack the clowns and talk about like straight up wiping them, and it was like, why would you, like, you really gonna end someone's life over this, dressing up as a clown? That's crazy. But believe it or not, this whole killer clown epidemic was started through like a series of just kind of innocent situations. At first, this dude in the UK was shooting a short film where he was dressing up as this clown, and this started a Facebook page where they were trying to track the Northampton clown back in 2013.
Oh, this is
Later
how it started?
this situation inspired a short film to be created in the United States with these kind of sinister looking clowns. And people started to report seeing this clown that was being seen during the filming of the short film. And so the news picked up on this and started to report it, and as the news likes to do, they blew it way out of proportion.
Yeah.
And because of this,
news.
people started to report sightings like crazy, and it just absolutely blew up. Even the director of the movie It, he had to come out and report that he was not causing these in order to market for their new movie It, which, you know, had a killer clown in it. Anyways,
That'd be good marketing,
though.
though.
2016, when these sightings were happening, there was kids saying that clowns were trying to lure them into the woods. This one kid said that a clown came up with a knife and scratched him, but the kid just had a scratch on his arm. He said he was climbing a tree, and a clown came up and got him. It's like,
liar.
Dude, that does not look like that's from a knife. But anyways, when this was all going on, as I said, there was a lot of people going out trying to get the clowns. I remember there was even like Penn State had a riot with 500 people that went out to get the clowns. Maybe it wasn't a riot, but it was like a big group. But apparently Penn State riots all the time. You know, what do? You go to Penn State, you got to riot. It's a prerequisite to Algebra 2. There were also a lot of killer clown prank videos where people would dress up as scary clowns and then like prank people. I mean, a lot of them were just like people dressing up as clowns and then threatening people. And they're just like, I can't believe the guy tried to defend himself. Like, dude, you're running after him with a knife or an axe. What do you think's gonna happen? Crazy. People are crazy. Anyways, guys, don't kill clowns. Don't dress up as clowns and try to kill people. It's 2025. One more year until, are they gonna come back in 2026? It's like a 10-year cycle, like the Dog Man.
Be a shame if there was a
You guys
clown
know
around
Michigan
here.
Dog Man? All right, whatever. All right, moving on. Life on Europa. So,
what is this one?
The whole Life on Europa thing. This is one of my all-time favorite schizo memes. Basically, there was this big rumor about how NASA had gone to the moon Europa, which is Jupiter's moon, and they had found life beneath the ice in this massive ocean. So Europa is different from other moons and celestial bodies in the solar system, as they say it is the most likely place for there to be life outside of Earth in our solar system. They estimate that the ocean on Europa is 100 miles deep, underneath 15 miles of ice. That ocean is likely 3 times larger than Earth's ocean, which is completely insane, especially for the size of Europa. If you look at this graphic, this is a picture of Earth and all the water of Earth in a little bitty ball. And then if you look at the other thing next to it, that is Europa and all the water on it. As you can see, there's more water on Europa than Earth, from what we are estimating. So that would mean, I mean, imagine an ocean that is 100 miles deep. Oh my gosh. Even people like Neil deGrasse Tyson say that anywhere on Earth that we find liquid water, we find life. Although, I will say, they have not for sure confirmed found liquid water on Europa. We've only found ice so far, which I'll get to here in a second.
Or so they want us to believe.
There's these memes circulating that words were recently blacklisted on Google, such as the Europa leaked documents, European hook mouth, leak Europa, leaked NASA documents, and the picture was of this like hook mouth looking fish thing. And there's this other SpongeBob meme that said, "Oh, that's life on Europa. There are leaked documents with evidence of life in the subsurface ocean on Europa." What's weird is they actually were kind of censoring these words on Google. I don't know why. I guess maybe because they consider it like disinformation or whatever. Let people have that. Let us have these. We need a little bit of schizo memes in our lives. I mean, this is how you get through the day. If I want to believe in the dadgum European hook mouth, I'm going to believe it. And if you censor it, I'm going to believe it even more. Anyways, according to these memes, they had allegedly found these large alien fish things called European hook mouths in the ocean beneath the ice on the moon Europa. What sucks about this whole thing is the main pictures that everybody posted of the European hook mouth was actually a picture that was part of a video game cover for this game called Barotrauma, which is like a survival horror game where you're actually on a submarine beneath the ice on Jupiter's moon Europa. So lore accurate. What's even sadder about this whole thing is that no spacecraft has ever landed on Europa, so there's almost no way that it's real. Even if we did land a spacecraft on the surface of Europa, we got 15 miles of ice to drill through. Maybe the person who made these memes had it revealed to them in a dream that these creatures were down there. I have a lot of stuff revealed to me in a dream. I had a dream I went to space as a family trip the other day. It was really cool, actually. I think we went to Mars, and it was something we had just done. It was like, oh, we've done this before. We'll do it again. We're going to go to Mars for the weekend. Reality is always sadder than dream. Anyways, NASA actually does have a planned mission to go to Europa. It's called the Europa Clipper mission, and it's actually already launched. It launched back in October 2024, and it was said that they designed this mission in order to investigate Europa's ocean. But from what I can tell, they're just going to fly by the moon Europa while they're in orbit around Jupiter. So I don't know how they're going to confirm life under there. I think maybe they're going to use sensors or whatever just to tell that there is an ocean beneath the ice, and if there is liquid water, bacteria, right? Am I right? Is that what it is? Is it bacteria that they consider? So anyways, I really like this one.
What if they go and they see, like, they just see the hook mouth. They just see the hook mouth chilling, waiting for them. Like, hey, we're actually real. You know that game you guys ripped us off of? Yeah, it's real. It's real. That'd be so funny. Alright, we'll watch one more. Let's see. We got through a big chunk of this. Let's see. Oh, this is scary. I don't want to watch anything scary right now. We could watch... we should watch one Daily dose video. Daily dose video. Daily dose. I think we're more behind than one, but we'll just watch one. Let's see, where am I? Here we go. He was caught in the act. What?
Hello.
What do you mean he was caught in the act? Just to lighten the mood up a little bit. He was caught in the act. Pause.
Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet. He
Hello.
saw that the parking enforcement was parked illegally.
Mister, I have a question. Is this legal parking? Is this legal parking?
For me it is.
Are you I was just playing. I wasn't yo.
He left.
Tree.
Oh. He said tree.
Yes, y'all.
Oh. Why you guys clapping so loud? Oh, that's so cool. They tackle her.
You see how they look at the same time, yeah? You see how they look at the same... Look,
Oh.
they're in sync!
Ooh.
They are in sync! bro!
Oh, the ghost bag. Okay. Laugh. What's this? Oh my gosh.
What was that? What was that?
That was a fish.
This delivery guy was trying to drop off this balloon and birthday card.
No, the balloon. Oh. Hopefully that doesn't go into a... Oh my gosh.
This police officer jumped out of his truck after the driver refused to stop.
What?
They recorded them filming the new Spider-Man movie.
Ooh, Spider-Man. Kablooey. Oh no, it's not the Kablooey part. Dude, that must be so cool seeing that being filmed. What the hell?
Tell me when.
That cheating? Cheese. But you're wasting all the cheese.
This is what it's like to be a helicopter cameraman for a Mission Impossible movie.
Oh yeah, I never thought about the cameraman in these movies. Everyone's really so focused on Mr. Tom Cruise. I wonder, yeah, like the rest of the crew that has to film all this. It's probably insane.
I don't think you can park there.
I know I can't park there.
Oh.
She wanted to help out this little duckling that got stuck.
Don't do that, man. Alright, now.
What do you, why is she like, no. Yeah, that was a bad move, I think. I thought she was gonna use her shoe to, what, how is he doing that? What?
This poor crow got bullied.
Huh?
¿Te lo estás comiendo, pinche Baltazar?
Oh.
Mire, cuida.
Oh. He
This truck
fell.
driver just barely made it through in time.
Nobody was hurt. I don't know, sometimes when you say that, Mr. Daily Dose, I don't necessarily believe
I
that.
already got the wood, so I can hear them today. Oh my god. Hi guys.
Aww.
Oh, you
Oh, he's
Hello?
waving.
Get out of here.
Whoa. Oh, dude, he crushed her.
Alright guys, it's pizza time. Can't wait to have my pepperoni. Can't wait to have my cheese pizza. This is so awesome, guys.
I have no idea how he pulled this off.
What is this? What is? Whoa, I could do
When
that.
people call you extra, just look them in their face and say, am I extra or are you basic?
Oh my god, I tried making cookies and I made one big cookie. It's not the time, it's not 3:50 in the morning. I'm not stupid. Oh, it's 3:59 in the morning.
Okay. Oh, look at the cat.
Oh.
He can read. What?
She's been sleeping right now because she wants to keep us up all night. But I'm like, wake up.
I want a cat.
Scarlet.
What's this? Oh my gosh, that probably hurts so
You can
bad.
see the moment when they realize that they ruined this proposal.
Oh my gosh.
This poor bee was confused by her nails.
Aw. He's dumb.
This police chase suddenly came to an end when they ran out of gas.
It looks like he's trying to take off, but his bike just accidentally hit a armed highway near for 2 seconds.
Gas. What, is he gonna run? Oh. I mean, you can do that too. Tackle his ass. Get him on the ground.
Give me your paw.
The air conditioning on his plane broke down, so this guy took his shirt off.
I really hope it doesn't.
What the hell? Hello? Oh my god, he's fake.
They found an alarm clock that you can only turn off once.
Oh. Oh. Little bird.
They opened up this
What?
frozen bag of fries and found a giant potato inside.
Scammed out of fries. Why is it just potato? Dude.
Y'all just talk it out. Just talk it out, bro.
Oh. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh. What is happening? Why are they fighting?
Driving through the fire hydrant while my bro is knocked out.
This is so fucked up. Oh. Oh. Dobermans are so silly. That's a Doberman, right? What is the plan here? What are we doing, actually? Oh! Okay. Oh, they're friends! Unlike those two cats before. Whoa!
He figured out how to take the air out of this bike.
Why is he doing this?
This restaurant was so busy that these delivery guys were struggling to find their orders.
Oh my goodness. That's how you know the food is good. Probably.
Diese Biene hat sich eingenistet hier bei uns in
What
ein
is that?
Strohhalm, nur leider kann sie hier nicht bleiben.
Oh, it's a little bee.
That is the end of this video. Hopefully I made your day just a little better. And I'll see you guys again.
Yeah, I feel a lot better after
Later.
watching all those mega scary videos. Mega scary videos. Mega scary videos. I did say that was the last one. We watched a lot of videos today. A little too many videos. A lot of scary videos. A lot of scary videos. We still have some. So next time we have a couple. I'll have to go through and get rid of all the ones that... I don't know if it's just me, but like the YouTube... Like I never make playlists, but like the YouTube playlist is so slow, I feel like. I feel like it's really slow. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just my computer. And maybe because I have ad block. Sorry, YouTube, I have ad block. But yeah, I feel like it's really slow and it's kind of laggy. So that kind of sucks. And it kind of makes putting together playlists kind of stinky. But It's fine because we're more organized that way. So it's fine. I'll just deal with it, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here a little bit early. But yesterday I went a little bit too late. So you know what? It balanced out in the end. In the end, it balanced out. All is balance in the world, like Thanos said or whatever. Okay. I will end it here though. Thank you everybody for hanging out with me and watching videos for 3.5, well, more like 3 hours. It's very fun. I feel like I learned a lot. I don't know what we'll watch next. Maybe something else, hopefully interesting and stuff. I don't know. We'll see. Future, that's a problem for future me to find out. But regardless, thank you everybody for chilling, hanging out, and watching scary videos. I will be back Monday. It's the weekend. Very busy weekend up ahead. So I'll be back on Monday. Until then, don't get clipped into the back rooms because there's no food, nowhere to piss, and no internet probably. So, but yeah, okay, bye bye. Go to sleep. It's late. Bye bye.